Starting position on the right field.
Welcome, everybody, to the Baseball University Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series presented by CamWood Bats. We're live from Hudson, North Carolina, on the campus of South Caldwell High School, where the Jets of Enka will take on the Spartans of South Caldwell. Excited to be out here today at South Caldwell, home of a lot of famous alumni we'll get to later on in the broadcast. Ryan's over here getting down the last little bit of the lineup, and we're making sure that our technology is going good today. Had a little bit of issues setting up, but I think we'll be all right. Let's shout out our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. Let me go ahead and pull this up for us today. CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, North Carolina, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As a part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Thank you, CamWood Bats, for being our premier broadcast sponsor of the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. Ryan?
Yep, it's been an interesting week. I was battling some sickness the last couple of days after seeing a great game up at McDowell. Chase took them out 8-7 and ended up being more of a nail biter than we thought. But been a good week overall. Earlier this week, we introduced our first Poppy's Popcorn Player of the Week. That was Wyatt McSwain from Crest, and we also introduced our Ion Outdoors Power Rankings, which, yeah, we're just happy to have some new additions, some new media to share with you. We're down here in Caldwell County, close to Caldwell Tech, so we might actually have a guest stop by during the broadcast. I talked to Coach Deaton for a while this afternoon. I think he's going to send one of his players over here to jump in the booth with us and talk about the Caldwell Community College and Technical Institution Cobras. There's a long name for you. But overall, I think the main piece of excitement is just another good mountains versus foothills matchup, which Hunter and I tried really hard to put together a schedule early on to showcase some of the best of both worlds, because I think Western North Carolina overall needs to start bridging that gap a little bit more with the mountains and foothills, have our guys not be so afraid, not that they're afraid, but reluctant to come down the mountain. And hopefully, if we can give them some good competition, we can talk some of these better teams on coming up the mountain as well. Tonight, got a couple great coaches. First, we should probably do our pregame sponsor, so go ahead and take care of that, Hunter.
Yeah, pregame brought to you by Meineke. Meineke is a pregame and postgame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridges West North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. With numerous locations in the West North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, wheels, AC, you name it. Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina. Yeah, a couple of great coaches here today. Ryan Smith, head coach at Enka. This is his first year at Enka. He former Post 77 coach for 4 years. Was at Carolina Day for 7 years, Montreat for 7 years, and Mars Hill for a year. He's also part of Athletes Lab, I believe.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ryan Smith. He's kind of a staple in the mountains. As Hunter just said, he's been all over. He's been in our colleges, been in our high schools, the private and the public sector. Currently with Athletes Lab, it's a great organization. I think runs out of Maiden. A lot of their players have gone on to play at the next level. And I think there's probably a few lab guys in the game tonight as well. But Smith, just a good guy, man. And I'm glad that he's back in the public sector getting a shot at Enka High School. It's a solid 3A program out of Candler, part of that Asheville area in the MAC. Hunter might pull up those coaches polls here in a second after we talk about Coach Parham, which I'm going to let Hunter got a ton of notes on Coach Parham today. We could probably spend 45 minutes talking about Coach Parham's background, but, I mean, this guy's been around.
Yeah. We're going to sum it up, kind of give you the spark notes of head coach Jeff Parham here in his 37th year at South Caldwell High School, his 25th year as the varsity head coach, totaling 483 wins and 125 losses as the varsity head coach here for the Spartans. He's also the girls basketball coach, and I believe he has a past of coaching some of the tennis programs here. He's a two-time state champion head coach in 2006 and 2007. featuring Madison Bumgarner, 3-time World Series champ and a World Series MVP, stapling that starting lineup for those 06-07 teams. And he was also, like many of these coaches, he went to school here. South Caldwell is his alma mater. He won state in 1982. So we are in presence of a legend here in Caldwell County baseball. Excited to see Coach Jeff Parham and the Spartans today. Yeah, Brian, you want to talk about there's no ledge there, Ryan. Let's go ahead and bring up these coaches polls here. We've got the MAC 3A4A. We can talk a little bit about Enka and where the coaches thought they would stand.
I mean, personally, I thought Enka had a chance to make a run at the top of the standings this year. I feel like they're fairly deep with their pitching. They got some good youth coming up. It's like a lot of the mountain teams that we do see in the area where it really comes down to the depth. You know, their top 9, like their starting 9 is going to be solid today. In the coaches poll, it looks like they were favored to be 5th, but I'll tell you, watch them end up towards the top 3 by the end of the season. North Buncombe off to a great start. AC Reynolds off to a great start. Asheville's struggling a little bit, but they did beat the flip out of West Henderson the other day in a 10-run rule. And then, of course, TC Robertson, perennial winners at the top. No one's going to argue that. Now, for the Northwestern, again, this is a conference that's new to us this year. South Caldwell, how many did they get? How many first-place votes?
I think they got 3 first-place votes, but Watauga was picked to win the conference.
Ooh, that might cause a little controversy here. We're going to see Watauga in April. We'll get our first look at them. But, again, South Caldwell, very much well-respected. They're 4-0 to start the season right now. A ton of guys on this roster are going to college next year, but also the uncommitted guys on this roster that I was told to get a look at it. It's a laundry list. So,
detail 2024 for the Jets and the Spartans. Jets finished 2024 14-11, 7-5 in the MAC, winning 11 out of the last 12, including a first-round playoff win, ending season on a tough loss at 4, 3-2. While South Caldwell went 17-6, going 9-1 in the Northwest Conference, winning it and the conference tournament as well. Big highlight for last year's team for the Spartans. Coaches gave us a lot of notes that we'll detail throughout the game, but let's go ahead and talk about where are they now for some of these players, Ryan.
Well, let's see. Enka, right now, the only player I think is currently playing in college is Owen Michelson. He's a good one. He's over at UNC Asheville. And with South Caldwell, I think the only player that I was told is still playing is Mason Rising. Did I say that name right? Rising. He's at Charleston Southern. Of course, we all know about Madison Bumgarner. You know, he's probably the most famous alumni to come out of South Caldwell. And Hunter had actually taken a picture earlier as we were walking in of just the conference championships and a list of some of the players on those all-state teams. So, I mean, this is just a very celebrated program, and we're glad to be here, and they've been great hosts so far as well. One thing to make note of that I think is really interesting about the Northwestern Conference is that they have a conference tournament. I don't know any other conferences out here that do that, but man, that seems to just create another element of competition that's to be respected. So not only to win their conference, but then have a quick conference tournament before they go into the playoffs. And, South Caldwell, again, they're predicted to be in those playoffs. Enka should be there as well. Enka, I think, made it to the second round last year. They beat a really tough Ledford team. Was it South Ledford? I think it was Ledford or South Ledford. But I know Deegan Randall had a great game, and it started catching the attention of some of the college coaches around here. And, we do have a couple commits on the field tonight for Enka. Your starting pitcher, Garrett Case, he's going to be heading off to Paul DeCamp Community College in Region 10 up in Virginia near the Naval Yard. Great program. I think a lot of our Western North Carolina players need to look into Paul DeCamp. Camp has been really good to the prospects that we've sent there in the past. And then on the South Caldwell side, we have one more for Enka. You got Deegan Randall. I mentioned his name earlier. Great game in the playoffs last year. Got the attention of Western Carolina, and he'll be a Catamount next year.
Skip it.
I know. I got you. All right. Before we move on, let's get into these starting lineups for a second. So Ryan Smith, he texted me this lineup very early, which is always respected. Leading off is going to be Cam Crook, the senior. He's going to be DHing for Bryce DeVore, who will be in right field. Tanner Stewart is going to be at shortstop, batting second. Ty Acock, big fan of Ty. It's a catcher y'all got to keep an eye on. He's a junior. Ty Acock, very good ball player. Mason Anderson, the 2025 grad, still looking for a permanent home next year in college. Absolutely good enough to play somewhere. He'll be playing first base. Deegan Randall, who I mentioned earlier, will be at third base. Batting sixth, the pitcher, Garrett Case. Levi Richards, very versatile sophomore. He's going to be in center field after playing a lot of middle infield last year. That's second base, new name for me, Austin Whitmore. He's a junior. And then batting ninth in left field, we have Landon Morrow. This was a sophomore that Ryan Smith told me to keep an eye on as well. So, again, starting pitcher Garrett Case. And the lineup he's going to be facing, batting leadoff for South Caldwell is going to be Walker Hartley. He'll be in right field, followed by Bryson Jenwright. He's going to be in left field. Batting third is going to be number 15, John Paul Smith. I think they call him JP. In the four-hole, Chase Johnson. He'll be heading to Erskine next year. He'll be at third base, followed by the right fielder, Luke Williams, and then the senior, Carter Blay, at first base. Then at second, Chase Cardwell. In the 8-hole, it'll be Nate Hall. He'll be doing the DHing tonight. And then in the 9 spot, number 2, Corey McCall. He'll be in center field. And on the bump for them is Waters, right? Is that the last name? Graham Waters, the senior. Now, some of these guys are going to be going to play somewhere next year. Chase Johnson, as I mentioned earlier, he's going to Erskine. Bryson Jenwright will be heading to play for Vinnie Carone at Brevard. Walker Hartley will be going to play for John Grigg at Cleveland Community College. And then the pitcher, Graham Waters, heading off to Pfeiffer. Strong D3 program in that USA South. And then a few guys to watch on both sides. I'd mentioned Mason Anderson still looking for a home, 2025, playing first base tonight, also can play outfield, and a decent sidearm slinger on the bump as well. Ty Acock, again, big fan of him behind the plate. He's DHing tonight, but I like him as a left-handed pitcher. He's being DH'd 4. He's in the outfield, but left-handed pitcher Bryce DeVore. If he gets in the game, he's an interesting southpaw to keep an eye on. Levi Richards, we had mentioned earlier, and also Landon Morrow. Now, for South Caldwell, I got a laundry list, so I don't know anything about these kids yet, but been told we got to look at Luke Williams, Nate Hall, Chase Cardwell, Corey McCall, Jacob Perkins, J.P. Smith, the senior Carter Blay, Brady Boston, and Cooper Dotson are some names to keep an eye on.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about our travel sponsor. Big thank you to our travel sponsor, Wright's Fireplaces, for helping Baseball University with the travel expenses we encountered throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in some cases, lodging. Wright's Fireplace is located at 2614 Harrisville Road in Arden. We've got everything you need for a comfortable, more relaxing property. Longing for a more efficient, more convenient fireplace? Wishing you had an outdoor living space that would enhance every get-together? Stop wishing and get what you want here in our showroom in Arden. Their phone number is 828-687-9002, and their website is wrightfireplaces.com. Stop by or request an appointment today. Our home team sponsor is Whitegate Realtors Team Metro. Our home team sponsor, Whitegate Realtors Team Metro, sponsoring the time. I think we're going to go ahead and let the announcers announce the lineup here.
Fighting for volume.
Fighting for volume.
I'd like to remind everyone that by order of the Caldwell County Board of Education, the use of tobacco products here at South Caldwell is prohibited. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at your starting lineup, beginning with the Enka Jets. Leading off the Jets, the designated hitter number 2, Cam Crook. Starting right field for the Jets, number 15, Bryce DeVore. Batting second for the Jets and starting at shortstop, number 5, Tanner Stewart. Batting third for the Jets and catching, number 7, Ty Acock. Batting fourth for the Jets and starting at first base, number 21, Mason Anderson. Batting fifth for the Jets and starting at third base, number 23, Deegan Randall. Batting sixth for the Jets and pitching tonight, number 33, Garrett Chase. Batting seventh for the Jets and starting in center field, number 11, Levi Richards. Batting eighth for the Jets and starting at second base, number 12, Austin Whitemore. And batting ninth for the Jets and starting in left field, number 8, Landon Morrow. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and welcome to the field your South Caldwell Spartans. Leading off for the Spartans and starting in right field, number 1, Walker Hartley. Batting second for the Spartans and starting in left field, number 7, Bryson Jenwright. Batting third for the Spartans and starting at catcher, number 15, J.P. Smith. Batting fourth for the Spartans and starting at third base, number 11, Chase Johnson. Batting fifth for the Spartans and starting at shortstop, number 9, Luke Williams. Batting sixth for the Spartans and starting at first base, number 10, Carter Bly. Batting seventh for the Spartans and starting at second base, number 6, Chase Cardwell. Batting eighth for the Spartans, the designated hitter, number 4, Nate Hall. Pitching tonight for the Spartans, number 8, Graham Waters. Batting ninth for the Spartans, the center fielder, number 2, Corey McCall. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand as we honor America and the men and women of our armed forces with the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting tonight's national anthem is Carson Webb.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Definitely the best rendition of the anthem that we've heard so far on the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. Lucky to be here live to hear
Ladies and
it.
gentlemen, be sure to
Yes,
tune in
sir,
to American
Coach.
Idol on
Yeah.
March 16th, because you will see our very own Carson Webb auditioning on American Idol. March
Hey,
16th.
you'll do it. That was really good. Oh,
Well, let's go ahead and talk about our home team
nerve-wracking
sponsor,
makes the juices flow when it comes to singing. So that was a very beautiful rendition. Glad to hear it live.
Our home team sponsor, Weicker Realtors Team Metro, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing, posting highlights for the South Point Spartan prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. If you're looking to buy or sell a residential home, commercial property, or land, give Sean Yamber a call. Sean Yamber at Weicker Realtors Team Metro serves
Old logo.
Unifor and the surrounding counties
Get
of
some
the
new
Catawba
ones
Valley
made.
as an accredited buyer's representative, relocation specialist, and short sales/foreclosure resource. He helps his clients do all kinds of transactions. In 2024, Sean was a multi-million-dollar producing agent that brokered many deals with his clients. Sean works with lenders that can help clients qualify for that dream home and make the real estate deal easy. Stay local, buy local, invest local. Sean Yamber is your trusted local real estate expert. Appreciate Sean Yamber. And our away team sponsor, Gary L. Case Trucking, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game and coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Enka Jet prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. Big thank you to Gary L. Case Trucking LLC. We haul gravel and dirt. Our email is GaryLCase@yahoo.com, and our phone number is 828-712-1232. Thank you to Gary L. Case for being our away team sponsor. Well, I think we should go into our keys to the game, Brian.
Well, Hunter, it's definitely a baseball environment tonight. Cam Crook.
Leading off the Enka Jets at the top of the first inning, the designated hitter, number 2, Cam Crook.
Go ahead and talk
Say
about
Cam
keys,
Crook,
yeah.
left-handed swinger. I think he's just going to go to school, but he's a good ball player. Made state games a couple years ago. Left-handed swinger. DHing tonight. Here's the pitch.
Ball strike one. Our Meineke Fleet keys to the game. What makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed rental agencies. Meineke is proud sponsor. The Meineke Fleet keys to the game.
Oh, man, we got some good ones tonight. The first one is these guys don't know each other. So first key of the game is don't try to be something you're not. Just be who you are. New competition never seen before. So just stick to the plan. Be who you are. The second one was on a cold night like this, you're going to have to fight the elements. So keep the pace of the game quick, because the more standing around you do tonight, the more errors, the more mistakes you're going to make with this kind of temperature. And then the last key to the game was who's going to strike big. You don't know each other, so whoever strikes early, strikes the iron early, has a good chance of winning this ball game, getting in the head of the competition. So early velo 78-79. Waters heading off to Pfeiffer next year. Texted one of their assistant coaches, Coach Leck, this morning.
I'd like to thank first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farms. We're going to talk a lot about them at the middle of the first, but there's their info on your screen. And give them a call, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, or give them an email. Check out their website. Big thank you to Miss Sumner at Bloom Patch Farms sponsoring the first inning here.
So full count here to start against Crook. Cold night. We are very blessed to be up here in a beautiful press box that we were just told had been renovated. It's got a nice heater, I think, on both sides. You got a heater over there too? Yeah? So we got 2 heaters. I got like 10 layers on. Probably too much at this point, but my God. I'm glad I'm not out on that field tonight. All right, so base, or was that ball 4? So Crook heads on down to first base. Crook's got speed. We'll see if anything's on early. Brings Tanner Stewart to the plate. Tanner, again, another kid that had plenty of talent to go play somewhere, but I think he's just going to go be a student as well, which is fine. A lot of y'all love this game, but you know that your destiny is not college baseball, so give it your all here in high school. I personally think Enka's got a great start in 9. I think they can make some noise this year after getting to the second round last year. Swinging a ground ball, picked up by the third baseman Johnson, throws the second for 1, back to first. Oh, bounces the throw, had time, but Stewart's going to go ahead and turn and take second base easily as the ball is out of play. So fielder's choice, and then E6 on the throw allows Stewart to head to second.
The catcher, number 7, Ty Aycock.
Nice play by Chase Johnson at third base there to get rid of that ball quick. Again, gave his second baseman plenty of time to get the runner at first, but just couldn't make the pick there at first. It's Blay, the first baseman, that tried to make that pick. Now Ty Aycock to the plate. Ty takes his game seriously. That's one thing I noticed about Ty, even as a freshman. Takes his game very seriously. Good, strong body. Pop times are solid. And he's starting to hit the ball with some authority, which shows now that he's in that third spot here for Coach Smith. He's one of those guys where years ago you might use the label, hey, he's got some D1 potential, but golly, I don't even know what that means anymore in this market. I've seen a stat come out this morning that said the average age of a college baseball player right now, not a starter, just the average age of a college baseball player right now is 21.9. So essentially 22 years old. What does that mean for our 17 and 18-year-olds that are heading off to college? So fastball inside. It's going to be a 2-0 count. Or are we 1-1? What are we at? 2-0. So Waters, after leadoff walk, got the ground ball. Almost had his double play, but the E6 puts Stewart at second. Waters delivers. Curveball. Strike. Nice pitch. Good mix. A little bit of a drive today. It was a pretty drive, though, wasn't it? What route did we take? We take 74?
No, we went up 26 to 40 and came down a mountain.
What was that road we were taking, though, when we were going through all the neighborhoods and everything? It was real pretty. Just seeing some of the foothills, and, I ain't been down this area much since we came down here a little bit when I was coaching with the Marion Swamp Foxes when they had the team at Lenore there. Again, we're very familiar with Coach Coach Deaton's Cobras over at Caldwell Tech. Yeah, we might have one of his players stopping by to hang out with us a little bit today. Try to keep my phone close to me for that very reason.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 7:01, started a tad early. I don't think anyone's going to complain. So Aycock going to get Enka on the board early here. Holds up at first. Thought he might have had enough to get the double there, but he'll take the RBI single. So Aycock.
Next up, the Jets, first baseman, number 21, Mason Anderson.
Breaking the goose egg early. So 1-0 here with 1 out and 1 on. That's going to bring Mason Anderson to the plate. Mason, another physical ball player for Enka. Plays some outfield, playing first base today. He's also a decent sidearm slinger, about a 50-50 drop-down guy. Took on the closer role last year in some big games. I remember he closed out a real close nail-biter against county rival Irwin. Last year he struck out Carson Wallace with the bases loaded. Carson heading off to Western Carolina next year too, so that's no easy task striking out that D1 prospect. Mason's still looking for a place to play. I think I know the school he wants to go to. I think he's just trying to work out the, like most families, trying to work out the finer details of budget and everything. Curveball for a strike. Curveball was in 61 there, but they're also a little elevated, so let's see. I might have to walk down there and get some close-ups here. 79 on the gun there. It's funny when you walk around with the radar gun, everybody wants to know how fast they're throwing, obviously, but Hunter can tell you we've been paying attention to a lot of college and high school games, and velo is some of these kids' nemesis, especially when it's 4, 5, 6 walks in an inning. We saw some big-time velo arms having trouble controlling it. Heck, we saw Western a couple weekends ago play Maryland, where they gave up, 32? It was 35 to 12. And that's no knock on Western because they actually took the series, but it just shows you sometimes your pitching can get away from you a little bit. So big strikeout of Mason Anderson there by Waters. That gets 2 outs here for South Caldwell in the top of the first. Deegan Randall up. Deegan a little bit more well-known for his pitching. He's heading to Western next year. He's been up at the 90, but also a strong bat. And they're asking a lot from him right here to try to continue the rally, see if they can work towards a crooked number here in the first inning. Waters looking for just one more out to limit the damage and trust in his lineup. That's a good one. So swing and a foul off to the right side. Again, chilly evening. You can see Deegan's got the hoodie on underneath the jersey. A lot of players in long sleeves today.
And I put on my Under Armour today leaving the house, and now I'm next to this heater, and I'm kind of hot.
I'll say very beautiful press box here at South Caldwell. Swing and a miss. Nice mix by Waters.
Yeah, they updated press box. Also updated the dugouts. You can see nice little metal roofs added. Was that maroon or I don't know what their official colors are here or not. But yeah, they've done a lot of work here.
Well, a lot of these programs are only as strong as the community that supports it, and this is a very good baseball community. Great hitting barn down there, and right behind the hitting barn is an indoor facility as well. So, I mean, everything that South Caldwell needs. Pitch up and in. Smith tried his best to get under the ball a little bit, but that's going to be a stolen base for Aycock. So a runner in scoring position here in a 2-2 count.
Thank you.
So big time pitch here for Waters. Trying to dig down and find that grit. Went back to the off speed. Randall lays off, so full count.
Big 3-4 hole here, holding the runner on second. He might want to poke it the other way, try to get the second run in.
Well, he's also got first base open. Now Garrett Case, the lefty on deck. So 3-2 count. Runner takes his lead. And there's a swing and a drive to right. Good bead by Hartley, but it's hauled in, and that is out number 3.
Head to the middle of the first here. I want to talk a little bit about a first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farm. Bloom Patch Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina offers over 300 dahlia varieties for spring planting and provides floral design services. VIP cutting and floral tours are booking on weekends from March through October. Contact us at 828-772-1798 or visit our social media pages on your screen. Facebook at Bloom Patch Farm and on Instagram at Bloom Patch. Big thank you to Miss Sumner over there at Bloom Patch Farm for being our first inning sponsor. Yeah, she emailed us today and was talking about
all about the dahlias.
Yeah, not a lot of prom stuff going on. Not saying she won't say no, but
so she's too busy with the dahlias. I mean, you got to go with what the supply and demand is, and if they're demanding the dahlias, well, then y'all better hop on their Instagram and see what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely.
She's in a good position. She's got more business than she can keep up with, right? And that's kind of where we're at right now.
That's a good thing to have. Big thank you to her being the sponsor of our first inning.
Garrett Case on the bump here. Again, he's the Camp Community College commit. Big fan of the Camp Hurricanes. It's up there near the Naval Yard. A little southeast. It's in Franklin, Virginia. But every player that we've ever sent to camp has really enjoyed it. Nate Toney from North Henderson went up there, really fell in love with the coaches and the team culture. Ethan Willis from Mitchell High School. He's now at UVA Wise, having a good 4-year career. And Case, he'll be the next one in line.
Well, Case, along with Deegan Randall, both were named Region 8 state games last year. So got a lot of experience playing down with the top in North Carolina.
And honestly, that's mountain baseball is all about 2 aces, right? If you got 2 aces in mountain baseball, y'all can play for a while and y'all can compete for your conference. So Randall and Case are going to be relied upon by Smith this year as he gets to know the Enka neighborhood and his roster and try to build a winner here to get back to the playoffs. Nice pitch by Case there. Case, actually a lot like Micah Simpson. I like comparing those two. Now, Micah, obviously the more decorated pitcher as he's a 2-time state champion. But just a awkward kind of low 3/4 release point, kind of hard to pick up. But Garrett Case is also a 2-way guy here for Enka, but I have a feeling it'll be more of the PO type at the next level. Say the South Caldwell faithful did not like that call, but it is a 1-2 count here for the leadoff hitter Hartley. Good take, just outside. Aycock tried to frame it. So nice little lefty-lefty matchup here to start the game. Just misses top of the zone with the curveball. Again, you can see kind of that slinging sidearm action by Case. Just really creates fits for batters trying to pick up the release point. Righties especially struggle with the fastball changeup combo. With lefties, he's going to attack more with his fastball curveball. Outside, good AB. So Hartley's going to head down to first base with a leadoff walk. That's how both leadoff hitters have started their
Next up
day
the
here.
Spartans, the left fielder, number 7, Bryson Jenright.
So much like Enka, first batter reaches with a walk for South Caldwell. Jenright heading to, who was it, Brevard College? Big fan of Brevard in the USA South. Coach Victory was their head coach, but he headed up to Hood College, closer to his hometown. And the head assistant, Vinny Carone, took over, and he's very worthy, young, mature coach, good personality, definitely a player's coach. And they're building something special at Brevard. Second place in the USA South last year, lost in the conference tournament to powerhouse NC Wesleyan. So any young high school prospects out there listening know that Brevard is serious. And if you got the grades and the accolades to make school affordable, then my golly, you got to check into Brevard. So high academic ball players, strong D3 program for you to consider. Squares the bunt here, right out in front of the plate. Acock gets it. Ooh, okay, they called it foul, but man, I don't know. I could have gone either way there as Acock was out in front on the dirt there when he grabbed it. So just a strike. 2-1 count. This one here.
Bunt foul.
Is that another bunt?
Yep, even count.
Well, I know a veteran coach like Parham is probably not happy with 2 bunts in a row not being put into play. So we'll see if he's stubborn enough here to make him bunt a 3rd time with the
that first
2
one,
strike.
though, I think was in
Yeah, well, it's also still not an effective bunt because if it was fair, it could have been double play.
Yep.
That's how quickly Acock jumped out and grabbed that ball. So another lefty on lefty. Swing, there's a ground ball, and that's going to be through the hole at second base. No advancement by Hartley. So everybody moves up a base. And that's going to bring J.P. Smith to the plate. J.P. doing the catching tonight.
Next up for the Spartans, right catcher, number 15, J.P. Smith.
Well, I know he's the 3-hole hitter, but let's see if the bunt's on. It is high school baseball. It's a cold night too, so we don't know how much offense there's going to be through 7 innings. Just outside, hit the spot, but Acock was already set up about 3 inches outside. Case looking for a ground ball.
So when we switch out, should I play Graham's pitching time?
Good spot after missing outside, runs the fastball back in. See, this is where that changeup can come into play if he's got the feel tonight. And that's the key word is feel because it's about 35 degrees out there. Fouls it back to the screen, so now we're 1-2. Let's see if he goes back to the changeup here. I like the South Caldwell uniforms. I say not a true white, more of like a cream, wouldn't you say? I don't know.
Off-white.
Off-white. There you go. Up and out. See, there's that whole change-up feel thing in this kind of weather. 2s all around. Yeah, there's that change-up again. You can tell he's having a little trouble with the timing there. Hasn't spun one yet. Maybe tries to get backdoor him with the curveball here or fist on a fastball maybe. Spins it, strike 3. Good pitch by Garrett Case right there after the leadoff walk and then a single to follow up. So now 1 out with runners on first and
Next up for the
second.
Spartans, the third baseman, number 11, Chase Johnson.
Chase Johnson heading to Erskine next year, D2 down in South Carolina. Part of the here's the pitch. Fouled off to the left side. Erskine part of the Conference Carolinas? They're not in the SAC, are they? I'll have to look that up in between innings. Chase Johnson, very helpful in the last day or two, helping me gather some information. Coach Parham, a busy guy. He got with Hunter today to give him a whole bio, but talked to Chase earlier in the week and was able to give me some information on his teammates, guys I need to follow. So I appreciate his help. Good kid. Chase at third base tonight. Made a nice slick play early in the game. Almost started the double play. Got the lead runner. Pop up left side. DeVore calls it. Didn't look comfortable, but he gets it for out number 2. I'll bring shortstop Luke Williams to the plate. Luke, another name we were told we got to watch out for tonight. So, again, any coaches tuning in tonight, a lot of these South Caldwell players are new for me, too.
Number 9, Luke Williams.
But I can only assume there's a lot of talent when you look at the record this team has had the last few years, starting off 4-0 this year. So, big swing here. It's going to, well, I guess it's on the hands a little bit. It's going to be foul. Just a strike. So it looked a little harder off the bat, but it's cold.
Yeah, ball.
And if you're not right on the barrel, I feel like your hands shatter on a night like this. So it's definitely, we're sitting here advertising bloom patch and gardens and flowers, and it feels like the middle of December right now. Now, when you were at North Henderson, did you ever come down South Caldwell or down this area?
No, it was first time here in Hudson. Not first time in Caldwell County, but first time actually like in Caldwell County, not driving through. So it's exciting to see different areas which are just over the mountain from us. Swing through it, 1-2 count.
Just had Coach Carone text me. How does he feel about 2 bunts missed in a row? Little things, guys. At least he got the single, though, right? Just know that y'all kids got to use this broadcast as a tool. If you go home, cut out your highlights, send the link to coaches. You high school players have got to give these college coaches the full story now. You can't just sneak into a program. They have to be very careful with their decisions. They need to make sure that you guys are ready for the competition, ready for the speed of the game. Like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, average age of a college baseball player right now is 21.9, 22. A lot of kids are already graduated by the time they're 22, Swing, runners are off on that 3-2 pitch. Pops it up in the middle of the field. Oh, nobody's calling it, and that ball's going to drop. Nobody seemed to want it. Looked like Anderson had a beat on it for a minute, and then his eyes left and looked towards the second baseman. That's Whitmere? Like I said, the second baseman there. That's a new name for me, Whitmore. So Whitmore and Anderson.
Next up with the Spartans, the first baseman, number 10, Carter Bly.
So I guess, do we call that an E4?
Yes, that's definitely an E4.
So E4. Gainwright makes it all the way to third base. Williams will be at first. So 1 run in, unearned. Blay, the senior, up now. He's at first base this evening. So Case made his pitch. But unfortunately, I don't know if he got lost up in the lights or if it's just early high school baseball. That ball comes down untouched. onto the green. Looked like a nice pitching wedge shot there, just stuck. Nice pitch by Case. And that's interesting. That ball is middle out, and you got Blade backing up off of it. That shows you how hard it is to pick up Case sometimes. Good test for Case here. He's got to keep his composure. Good pitch on the corner there, strike 2. Again, South Caldwell faithful did not like it. But as long as the umpire is consistent, can't really complain. So we'll see what his zone is throughout the evening.
It's been the key word.
Runner's off early, steps off, does the right thing, looks him back. This is excellent. What are we going to do? Chase him back, chase him back, chase him back. Again, you can't be playing catch back and forth with the ball here. This is not fun right here.
Wow.
All right, so
There you go.
well, and I'm just going to let him go to second. Yep. Oh, boy. So we'll call that a stolen base for one. So, boys and girls at home, how do we do that play right? Case started it off right. You get it to your middle infielder. The middle infielder then keeps that ball pointed at the runner on third as he chases the runner all the way back to first, ultimately deciding if he needs to make a throw. Isaac, how's it going? Get you in just a second. Did you see that mess?
I saw him.
All right, so Isaac Lee just walked in, East Rutherford grad. He's currently at Caldwell with Coach Deaton. I was trying to explain to the people at home, Case did the right thing, get to your middle infielder, but then you have your second baseman playing with the ball in his glove. What do we do there?
Take the ball out of the glove and you run at him.
You run at him and you keep your eyes on the runner at third. If that runner at third breaks and you turn to make the throw, that was a perfect example of what not to do.
Yes, sir.
So, Isaac, so we know each other. I think we played against y'all when I was at North Henderson.
Yes, sir.
Coach Deaton wanted to send you over tonight because, I'm a big fan of Caldwell. We've been sending a lot of our players there the last couple of years. But, Deaton's first year, so go ahead and brag on him a little bit. What's it like playing for Coach?
I love Deaton. I played for him since I was little, about 12 years old, started playing for him, and ever since then, I've loved it. Great leader, great baseball guy, just an overall good person. So, it's just a blessing to be able to play for him.
Now I got to ask you, I know Coach is going to be mad at me for this, but compare him to playing for Coach Reynolds.
I would say Deaton's a little bit more relaxed than Coach Reynolds, to each their own. But, he played for Coach Reynolds, so he's still got a little bit of that fire in him. But exactly what you would think. I love Deaton. Just a little bit more relaxed than Coach Reynolds.
It's funny because I'm a big fan of Reynolds.
Yes,
like
sir,
anytime you can just win and win and win and, Bobby Dell and all.
Yes, sir.
But I think it also shows that there's no right way necessarily to be a coach. You can have different styles as long as you're consistent.
Yes,
So
sir.
you've been pretty lucky.
Yes, sir. I've been blessed.
To have just great coaching all the way through.
Yes, sir.
You been back to CER play yet?
Oh, yes, sir. I went back and watched them play Crest the other day. They're going to be good this year. They'll be good this year.
Malachi Dato?
Malachi's good. My brother actually plays for him, Jacob. So, yeah, I went back and watched them play. They're going to be pretty good this year.
You think Jacobs want to play college ball?
Yes, I do. I think he's interested in JUCO, a couple of D2s, kind of just deciding what he's wanting to do right now.
Let's talk about that real quick. Why does everybody need to consider junior college right now?
It's low-key the best option at this point. With that new rule that they got coming in, you get 4 more years of eligibility out of Division I. You get JUCO, you get 2 years of experience, good experience of living on your own. This ain't even just about baseball. It's just about life. You grow up on your own. And obviously you get the baseball experience that goes with it. And that's what 4-year coaches are looking for at this point is experienced guys to come in and help the program right away.
It's funny because every time I retweet Caldwell, Cleveland, Catawba Valley, I get more 4-year coaches hit me up about y'all than any of these high school kids right now. I was telling Hunter earlier, average age of a college baseball player right now is 21.9.
Yep.
So that's just ridiculous.
LR, they have 28 grad transfers, you know what I'm saying? So they're all older guys. So it's hard. It's difficult for a young 18, 19-year-old to go into a 4-year and really want to make an impact right away just because of the age difference.
Sell Caldwell real quick because, I'm a big fan, but it doesn't have to be just baseball. But why Caldwell?
It was really just a good location. Obviously, Coach Deaton was here. I loved Coach Pate, Coach Parham, who was here. I love both of them. Coach Pate was amazing. Great guy. So he's
still around, though,
yeah,
right?
he's still around the school. He recruited me here. So him and Coach Deaton, And, it was the best option for me to come in and play right away. I played a little bit last year, got hurt, but, it's just a great spot right near the mountains. I like the mountains, near App, so I still go to college football games if I want to, whatever it might be. So it's just a really good spot for me to land.
I mean, we've been getting to know some of the locals here. Everybody here at South Caldwell is building real good. Now, did you get a chance to play against South Caldwell when you were in high school?
I actually played against their junior Legion team. So I played against some of those guys, and then obviously we played I played Legion against Caldwell County. So I played against some of these South Caldwell guys. They're always coached well. Obviously, Coach Parham's been here forever. Had his battles with Coach Reynolds, legendary Madison Bumgarner versus that 07 team. So, you know what I mean? It's a good storied program that, puts out good baseball players.
Now, that's something that we're trying to draw attention to for the mountain programs and the mountain kids. That's why we're trying to be down here more, is just because I think mountain baseball is good, but like the foothills always have a step up, it seems. And I want your opinion. Like, do you think Legion has something to do with that?
No, I don't think it's necessarily Legion. I think it's more of a amount of people that they can pull from when it comes to foothill schools. Mountain schools are usually generally smaller, unless you're TC Robertson. They're just a bigger school. But so they have to be coached well. So that's why you see that the mountain teams that are very good are coached very well. And, it's just because I think the amount of players that are in the school. And I think the foothills have more players. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get Legion started a little bit more up in the mountains, post 70. They're one of our sponsors for the broadcast. So got to stop for a moment and just talk about Waters. Is just dealing right now, by the way. He just struck out Case and Richards. And now this is Whitmore, the second baseman. He falls behind 0-1 pretty quick here. You familiar with some of these South Caldwell guys?
Actually, I'm not. I haven't talked to any of my buddies that are from South Caldwell about them. I heard they're actually pretty good this year from my coach, Coach Penny, our pitching coach. They said he's pretty good this year.
Penny is a South Caldwell guy.
Yeah, Penny's a South Caldwell guy, so, he keeps us updated on them. I haven't made it out to a game. This is the first one. So, I'm interested to see how good they are. Hopefully a couple Cobras in here.
I was going to say, did Coach send you over here to scout a little bit?
Hey, if that's what it takes.
Well, tell him about Waters here. Well, actually, Waters is committed. He's going to Pfeiffer next year, so never mind. We ain't doing any of that. If you committed, you go to your committed spot. Well, hey, Isaac, we really appreciate you, man. It's good to see you again.
Yes, sir.
Big fan of East Rutherford, big fan of Caldwell.
Yes,
and, I'm going to tell Coach Dean you did a great job.
Yes, sir.
If you want to hop up again later, you're more than welcome.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, we got through the top of that segment pretty quick. Second inning sponsor, Hail Tax Solutions. Hail Tax Solutions is the official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. In business since 1997, Hail Tax Solutions International is headed by former IRS agents that understand the tax system's complexities and can guide you to your maximum returns. They perform all categories of tax returns, including personal, corporate, trust, estates, and nonprofits. They also offer bookkeeping services, consulting, and can be your representation at state or federal audit. With tax season in full swing, give Hail Tax Solutions International a call at 828-435-6082 today to schedule your return.
How did he finish that inning? What did he do at
Hail
the
Tax
end?
Solutions for being our second inning sponsor. I also want to go ahead and throw up our Patreon, guys. Please want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge? Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of West North Carolina baseball we can bring you, including the West North Carolina College Tour Series, West North Carolina High School Scout Streaming Series, Legion coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, etc. Choose which tier is right for you at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. Yeah, Ryan, he's been in the he'll be in the College Tour Series, right? Or he's been in the College Tour Series.
Oh, yeah, Caldwell, Isaac Lee. We saw him play the first week of the College Tour Series, Caldwell versus Cleveland. Isaac's a good ball player. He was good in high school, too. Like he said, his younger brother, Jacob, we're going to see him versus they're playing East Rutherford, or East Rutherford's playing RS Central. We'll be at that game in a couple weeks. Getting a little tutorial on all the names here. So making sure, just for you kids, I know you're going to come watch this stream later. Bryson Jenwright, got that. And then the other one I'm messing up is Carter Bly. Carter Bly. So sorry, Carter. So if you stuck with the replay past the first inning, I got your name right. So we got who's up now? Chase Cardwell. All right. So Cardwell leading off, lefty on lefty here. A lot of lefties in Coach Parham's lineup tonight. Case deals routine. Stewart better hurry up, though. Better come get that ball. Ooh, they're going to give it to him? Nope, stays off the bag. Golly, I guess we got to call that an E6. It's close. I might call it a single, but I'm going to call it an E6.
Next up for the Spartans, designated
What do you
hitter
think?
number 4.
I say E6.
I couldn't see it from my angle. I was looking on the iPad, so that's
Feel
up to
free
you,
to
Coach.
roll in there, too,
Yeah.
because I got a good spot here on this
Okay,
bench. So
Good. Use that good spot to talk about our second inning sponsor, Hail Tax Solutions.
talked to him this morning. I'm actually heading over there about 10 a.m. tomorrow ball gets past Acock. That's going to send Caldwell all the way down to second. I thought he was going to make a turn for third there for a minute.
Oh, ball
So
back
did
to
Acock.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a pass ball.
Yeah, going over to get your return.
Yep, getting my return stuff tomorrow. My son's return. So, again, Hail Tax Solutions. They're busy. But if y'all need your taxes done, you need to get with Hail Tax.
Down the first baseline. Foul.
So it's Nate Hall at the plate. Nate doing the DHing tonight. Nate, another one of those many names that was given by Coach Parham and also Chase Johnson. Again, they both gave me lists. There's another player to watch here. Case pitching well, just struggling a little bit with the defense as Enka. Acock throws behind again. That ball's going to get past Stewart, and that's going to be an E2 on the throw. So Caldwell gets on, and then a pass ball sends him to second. So he reaches on an E6. Pass ball sends him to second. And then the E2 on the throw behind sends him to third. So Hall probably not squaring anymore in this one as he's got the RBI chance. Ones all around, one hit, one run, and one error for each team up until those last two errors. So I should say 3 for Enka through the first 2 innings.
3-1.
And I know it's cold, but this is what we talked about, that cold weather. Good pace, keep your players on their toes, good pitches, let them play behind you. Nice spot there, inside, fastball for a strike. So full count. Number 9, hitter McCall in the on-deck circle. Ball outside, ball 4. So first and third situation now with Hall drawing the walk. Man, I hate to say it, but after that last first and third situation we saw in the first inning, I got to say something's probably going to be on here.
Number 2, Corey McCall.
My guess is Coach Parham's going to have that same play on until Enka proves that they can stop it. So Acock out in front of the plate, giving the signs. Hunter throwing up the 3 different camera views. I know Hunter's very proud of his production. Oh, boy, routine double play here. See if they can turn it. It's going to get the run in. Yep, so no RBI, but it gets the run in on the 4 to 6 to 3. So 2-1 now as South Caldwell takes the lead on the ground out.
Right fielder, number 1, Walker Hartley.
On the run scored on the double play ball. So again, the official say, oh, I gotta love that angle too. Look at that. Great camera work. So way outside. And Case got to stay composed here because, again, he's not pitching poorly. He's only given up 1 hit. And that was to Jen Wright. Got that. Good. Jen Wright. Said it right.
There you go.
No pun. Again, Hartley scored the first run in the first inning. Caldwell, the second run for South Caldwell here to take the lead. Still only 1 hit apiece. Just up. Now the South Caldwell bench starting to make some noise. Dugout getting loud. And again, this is where Enka has got to keep their composure. Their pitcher's doing well. Defense just got to stay true behind them. That double play ball should hopefully swing the momentum a little bit. Just up, I guess.
This angle on lefties is nice. Got the
Well, Hunter, as you remember, North Henderson, when we were there, never seemed to have lefties. We would get like a lefty a year. So to be blessed with like 5 or 6 lefty hitters, something in your water down here. Get more southpaws. There's a pitch by Case. Ooh, actually not a bad spot, but they're going to call it a ball. Ball 4. So Hartley 0 for 0 with 2 walks. And doing what a leadoff hitter's supposed to do, get on base.
Spartans, the left fielder, number 7, Bryson Jenwright.
Jenwright has the only hit for South Caldwell so far. See if he can start a late rally here with 2 outs. Another lefty. Swing. And that ball is hit the right field. Should be playable, and it is. Hauled in by DeVore. And that is out number 3.
Well, guys, head to the 3rd inning. How about y'all stay connected to Baseball University of the Blue Ridge across all platforms? Like and subscribe on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at bbuniversitywNC. And check out our website at www.baseballu.org. I want to mention our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. Ryan, you want to ad read?
Absolutely. CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, Western North Carolina, but they serve baseball and softball players all across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at camwoodbats.com. And remember, as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Talked to CamWood this morning. I got to run up there this weekend to grab another batch of trophy bats. I think we got 2 left right now in the original batch, 1 for tonight and 1 for tomorrow at Pisgah versus Brevard.
Yeah, head to the 3rd. Brought to you by American Legion Post 70. Legion Ball. Got some tryouts coming up for Post 70. Cardinal Baseball Program hosting them at West Henderson High School on March 23rd at 4 p.m. Talk a little bit more about them in the middle of the 3rd. But thank you to American Legion Post 70 for being our 3rd inning sponsor.
So top 3 moving along here on a chilly night.
Leading off with the Jets at the top of the 3rd inning, left fielder, number 8, Landon Morrow.
Say South Caldwell still got a lot of hop in their step here. They look like they're engaged in the game and ready to go on a cold weather night. Strike. So leading off here for Enka is the number 9 hitter, Morrow. Again, young kid, sophomore. Landon, good-looking athlete, 5'10", 160. Playing left field tonight. And another name that Coach Smith said I need to keep an eye on here. Got another lefty in the on-deck circle with Crook coming up behind him. Say it's always a interesting evening when you're pitching in high 30s, low 40s weather. Wonder if these guys can feel their toes, feel their fingers. Just outside. Again, South Caldwell faithful wanting that one. That's what makes high school baseball fun, though. Just don't scare your umpires away, folks. I don't know if they're having the same problem down here we're having in the mountains, but it's hard finding umpires. There's a lot of good ones. Like, I've seen some good umpires have bad nights. But at the same time, like, most of the guys I run into do a good job. All I ask for is consistency and make your calls quickly. Stick to them. Up and out. Again, both pitchers sitting about 77, 79 tonight. Cold weather, building up velos. I know Case has been up to 82. I'm sure Waters has been in the low 80s in the past as well. There's a good pitch. Stays in the middle out. So that's 4th strikeout in a row for Waters. That brings us back to the top.
Hitter, number 2, Cam Crook.
So there's been some interesting games around the mountains this week. We saw North Buncombe beat Pisgah the other day. Where's some other games that we were talking about earlier? West Henderson getting 10 run by both Reynolds and Asheville. Who's is it? South Point playing East Lincoln tonight? Was that who we saw? No, North Lincoln. Nope.
No.
Asheville's playing North Lincoln.
Asheville's playing North Lincoln tonight.
That was the game we were originally scheduled for. There's a
Oh,
swing and a drive to right field, but an atom ball right into the glove of Hartley. Again, South Caldwell looking a little more comfortable in the field than the Enka Jets this evening.
Let's see. We got any finals from some of the early games? A lot of these are East.
Again, we really wanted to get to South Caldwell, so when South Caldwell rescheduled, we unfortunately had to drop the North Lincoln Asheville game, but we're glad we're here. And because we dropped that game, we'll get there. And then with dropping that game, we decided to pick up Pisgah, Brevard, both those teams off the surprisingly solid starts. Both have talented squads. But again, it's a matter of depth and how the longevity. Who's going to pick up? Oh, that's a dying quail, and that's going to land fair down the left field line. It's going to be a single for Tanner Stewart. Big turn. You better get back on that bag. So 2-out single for Stewart. Fist one in the left field, and that's going to bring Ty Acock, the catcher, up.
We got an early final from Rosman. Swain County beating the Tigers 12-8.
Awesome. 1A baseball?
Yeah, small school.
So we're not seeing a lot of 1A ball this year. I think the only one we got scheduled is we're going to go see Hayesville and Murphy play at the end of April. Acock had the RBI single in the first that started the scoring of the game. Quick pickoff attempt by Waters. Stewart back in with a dive.
Not a lot of, let's see.
Say Max Prep's hard. A lot of people don't update Max Preps anymore.
Not a lot of early scores in, and not a lot of early games in the mountains today.
I like Waters' offering. It's kind of clean. It's athletic. Little herky-jerky, but I like it.
South Point at East Gaston 2-2 live in the second inning. Someone's updating that on Max Preps.
South Point. Good team. Tough start. So they need a W. Acock sends on the right field. Again, another read by Hartley. Good job by the right fielder this evening. I think that is the third putout that he has got through 3 innings himself. So,
yeah, head to the.
So 2-1 here as we head to the bottom of the third. So again, American Legion, thank you Post 70 for your sponsorship. Got to remind you, March 23rd, 4 o'clock, West Henderson High School. It's the first tryout date for American Legion. So again, all those Asheville area schools, you got to remember, I should say our Western North Carolina Mountain Schools is the only post that is open right now with the team. And it's going to be a good one. It's coached by Chris Decker, good baseball coach. Used to coach with him at North Henderson. His son, Ryan Decker. And then, golly, I'm blanking on the other guy's name, but a young NC Central grad that is assistant coach down at Drone. Can't remember his name. But anyway, March 23rd, 4 o'clock, well-coached team. You got to go try out for them. They're trying to put together a stud team that's going to make a run here in the North Carolina Legion playoffs. If you're interested in trying out, please look them up on their Facebook, look them up on their Twitter. And for more information, reach out to Coach Decker through those socials. But again, all your high school coaches should know about Legion tryouts, and we're really trying hard to build up Post 70. They had a strong senior Legion year last year, and we're going to try to start the junior Legion next season. And again, community baseball. I'd rather see y'all playing for a community team, good coaches, and playing for some thrown together travel team. So. Some good ones out there. Again, we mentioned Athletes Lab earlier. Next Level Baseball does a great job up out of the Montreat facilities. Foothills Prospects is another one we got a lot of respect for. But as you guys get older, especially you rising seniors and you graduating seniors, you got to consider American Legion Baseball. Oh, coach just texted me. Jacob Raby. Jacob Raby. That's the other coach for Legion Post 70. Again, good young man. Him and Ryan Decker both graduated from NC Central, D1 baseball players, along with Chris Decker. Chris, great baseball coach. Coached with him at North Henderson. Both his sons went and played D1 baseball.
Graduated with one of his sons. Kyle went on to play at App and Presbyterian.
Kyle's a good ball player. Kyle, I remember he came back to one of the alumni dinners and talked about his AB versus Kumar Rocker.
Watched that one on my TV. Watched him go yard in Athens at a Georgia game my second to last year, and wasn't sure about whether or not they'd let me back in to go get that ball. So I was like, I don't care. I'm going to go run out here and go get the ball and buy an extra ticket if I need to. And so I went and got the home run ball in the parking lot.
Did you give it to Kyle?
Gave it back to Kyle on the hit by pitch right there. Got a picture with him after the game of him holding his home run ball. It was really cool to see that in person because he came to Athens the year before and I wasn't able to go because it was a May game and I'd moved out. But this game was in February. So my dad came down, my mom came down, Kyle's parents were there. So I ran out there, got the ball, brought it back in, and so I bought an extra ticket, which was like $2-3 for a midweek, and got back in.
Shows you the loyalty of the North Henderson program. Again, a lot of good mountain programs, but still trying to catch up to some of these strong foothill teams. Just like Enka's trying to catch up right here. They're down 2-1. Case hits Smith to lead off the third here. Again, Case throwing pretty well. Just got to limit the walks. He's got 3 walks and HBP, and he's only giving up the 1 hit. He's just got to keep trying to fill it up and trust that his fielders behind him are going to get the job done. He got a double play ball back in the second. He could use one here with Chase Johnson up. Chase flew out the left field his first at bat. Chase, the Erskine commit. Is it Due West, South Carolina? Is that where Erskine is?
Yeah,
it's called Due West.
Never been through there?
No. That's the
Due
west side of South Carolina?
Yeah, it's
near the Georgia border?
Yeah. It's Due West.
Due West, yep.
That's
Erskine, a good program. I was going to say Erskine's got a good Division II program. They got a nice player development team, too, to allow some of those young guys to get their reps in and play a full schedule. Big K by Case there. Pick up out number 1. Williams to the plate.
The Spartans, the shortstop, number 9, Luke Williams.
Now, Williams, I think Williams was the one that reached on the dropped pop-up out here at second base in the first inning. I think it was Anderson and Whitmore got caught looking at each other instead of trying to find the ball. Case delivers outside. And second week of baseball, I'm not sure where everybody's pitch count is yet. I'm not sure if Case has got a limit. He had a couple marathon runs last year, going deep into games, especially on that playoff rig that they made it all the way to the second round of the playoffs last year. It's good for our mountain guys. Good pitch. There's that changeup we talked about. You can just see the potential with that pitch. I mean, that is filthy. So 2 Ks back-to-back, and both of them making those batters look a bit silly. So that's going to bring Bly. Yep. Got to get these right. You're right. I've had, even last year, I remember we would get texts during the game, like, say my kid's name right. Carter Bly, the senior. I think Carter's still looking for a place to play. I think I was told he's got the desire to want to play somewhere. So junior colleges, small schools out there still recruiting. And you seniors, you got to be open-minded. I've had a few seniors bringing up D2, D1 schools, even D3 and JUCO schools right now that are just not realistic in this market because of how late in the game of recruiting they are. So you got to go where you can play. Got to go where a coach is going to want you there. Case, another good pitch on that outside corner. That fastball changeup combo versus the righties. I'd say that Case is better against the righties than he is the lefties because of that changeup fastball combo. I mean, he spins that curveball pretty good, but runners off. Swing, that's a drive with the middles. Didn't have as much heat behind as I thought. Stewart makes the catch for the third out. And bring us to the bottom of the third.
On the third, let's go ahead as we end the third, talk about our travel home and away sponsor. Travel sponsor tonight is Wright's Fireplaces, helping Baseball University with the travel expenses we encountered throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in some cases lodging. Thank you to Wright's Fireplaces. Home team sponsor tonight is Weicker Realtors Team Metro. Big thank you to Sean Yamber over there, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the South Caldwell Spartan prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. Thank you to Weicker Realtors Team Metro. And our away team sponsor is Gary L. Case Trucking, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Enka Jet prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches post-game. Thank you to Gary L. Case for being the away team sponsor. And as we head to the top of the fourth, I want to big shout out to Andrew Casoria, owner of Hauling Solutions and Grading, being our fourth inning sponsor. His information is on your screen. You want to give him a call for any of your dirt, rock, topsoil, any of your needs like that, gravel, culvert replacements, driveways, bank erosion, you name it. Go give Andrew over at Hauling Solutions and Grading a call.
Definitely appreciate the sponsors. I know our travel sponsor, Wrights, big North Henderson fans Wrights are. They know what we're trying to do for the overall picture here in Western North Carolina.
Is that Kyle Wright?
I don't know. I know Levi is
Levi Wright.
And then his son Bryson, I think, plays with Coach King's
Kyle Wright's
son.
an MLB pitcher.
Yeah, but Wrights, I mean, again, we just got a wood stove, and I would advise everybody to look into getting a wood stove or a fireplace. Our home team sponsor, Weicker Realtors. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Coach Amber.
It's always hard to say
Weicker. Okay. But big, very appreciative of him getting behind what we do. And then Gary L. Case, actually the father of our starting pitcher, Garrett Case, all about the gravel, the dirt, the dump trucks, and we'll elaborate on them a little bit in between innings. Speaking of dump trucks, again, Hauling Solutions also helping us out this evening. They serve more of the Henderson County Buncombe area, Henderson, Transylvania. And I think Gary, probably more in the Candler, Buncombe area.
Well, guys like Gary and Andrew doing a lot of work since Helene came through back last fall. So definitely check out Gary L. Case Trucking and Andrew Casoria, Hauling Solutions and Grading. I know these guys are swamped right now with work. I have a couple of friends who work in different industries like that, and they haven't had a day off.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous how much cleanup there's still to be done. Swing, and there's a fly to center field. It's going to send so that sent McCall back there, but he was able to haul it in fairly easily. That was Anderson on the swing.
Next up for the Jets, third baseman, number 23, Deacon Randall.
Say Deegan, pretty talented pitcher. I don't know if we'll see him on the bump this evening, but he's heading off to Western Carolina next year. Had a lot of interest from the D2s and the JUCOs in the area as well, but when the Catamounts come calling, it's hard to say no because Coach Beck is one of the best, and we really enjoy his knowledge and his respect for the game. And, he's got a great staff up there at Western Carolina right now, and I know he came out and spoke to a few of our players the other day. We went up there. There's a hard single up. No. Nice play by Williams, but he throws it just wide. It's hauled in by Bly. That's going to be a 6-3. I got to get better on my off-the-barrel reads here. I've called about two routine. Well, not say routine, but two. I was in my voice. I was like so sure of it. And, man, it turned into outs quick. So that brings Case to the plate. He's going to try to help himself here again, down 2-1. I'll say I don't know if we're going to see any balls leave the yard tonight. It's just probably too chilly. So Case hits one hard to short. Looked like it was going to be hauled in by Williams, but it's off the glove. Official scorekeeper? I'm going to say single because it's a line drive.
That's
I know Coach Parham's probably yelling E6 down there, thinking, "Hey, you got to haul that in."
Is it off his glove?
That brings Levi Richards to the plate. Levi, very versatile sophomore. He spent a lot of time in the middle last year. He's in center field tonight. 2 outs here.
Yeah, I need to start writing down these timestamps, these highlights. You just tap me when you want that. Maybe after this half inning, we might talk about our power rankings that came out a couple of days ago.
And they are absolutely going to be shuffled this week.
Oh, yes. A lot of movement, a lot of teams losing in the top 10.
Swing and a foul back by Richards. So 2 outs here. Just got to start thinking base to base, good ABs, make the pitcher work a little bit. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of extra base hits this evening with this kind of weather. Bounces one here. Smith couldn't find it for a minute, but no advancement by the runner. Say really nice dugouts here, great facilities. Got the old school concrete bleachers, but if you could see what we see, a lot of families creative with their seating. A lot of camper chairs. We have one guy over here with like a full-blown tent.
Can I zoom out at all on this one?
A lot of people back on the hill, walking back and forth and rocking a little bit, trying to stay warm. Great concession stand. Had a delicious barbecue burger. Runner's off. Throw down. Bounces it. And he is out at second. So the pinch runner, and again, I didn't catch his number. You know who that pinch runner was? See if there's a number on his back here, but he's thrown out. Caught stealing.
Well, 4th inning brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Tell you a little bit about Andrew Casoria, owner of Hauling Solutions and Grading. He's the guy to call for any kind of gravel, dirt, rock, topsoil, and more delivered to your home, business, or job site. Hauling Solutions and Grading has dump trucks large and or small enough to fit your needs. You'll want to give them a call for any kind of grading needs such as driveways, culvert replacements, bank erosion, ditch work, building pads, and more. Andrew and his great team will take care of you. Call or text 828-776-9477 for a quote today and let Hauling Solutions and Grading be your solution. I just realized that phone number does not match up to the one on your screen, so we'll have to get that fixed. Website, hauling-solutions.com. Emails mac.haulingsolutions@gmail.com, and his Facebook is Hauling Solutions and Grading. Go ahead and give Andrew a call or an email today.
Well, let me look his number up just to make sure.
Let's go confirm that.
Hauling Solutions, 828-776-9377.
Well, good thing it's right on the screen.
It's right on the screen.
Wrong
so,
on
Hunter, you're
wrong,
fired.
Wrong on the script. Well, that was an easy fix.
So throw those power rankings up real quick.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about those in the
Number 6, Chase Caldwell.
talk about these right now. Let's see if you can see them a little bit. As you can see, the South Caldwell Spartans come in number 2 in our Foothills 10 this week, staying on track with a win a couple days ago against Drone, 11-1. Looks like they'll
Swing, comebacker, snatched up by Case, steps, throws, 1 out.
put that back up for you. Ryan can talk about it a little bit more.
Well, we were just saying there's definitely going to be a shuffle. You know, you had West Henderson lose twice. AC Reynolds seems to be on a roll. North Buncombe, you know, they beat Pisgah the other day. So, I mean, Pisgah's going to stay on the rankings. I mean, we'll see. They play Brevard tomorrow. That's going to be a nice little matchup. North Henderson, I don't know if they're playing tonight, but I know they got Smoky Mountain tomorrow, and Smoky's undefeated as well. Now, granted, they've only played Owen twice and Swain twice, but you know, it's still a good start for them, and for a lot of them, a lot of the Mountain 7 teams, actually a lot of the teams in general in the West North Carolina, are starting to get into conference play on Friday. And you know, I want to take this time to thank Ion Outdoors. Ion Outdoors, brand new sponsor for us. They're out of Gaston County, but they stepped up and decided to sponsor these Western North Carolina Power Rankings each week, and we really appreciate them. At the end of the season, there's a drive to center field. It's going to send Richards back, and we do have ourselves an extra base hit. All the way into second without a challenge, and we'll see if that can get South Caldwell amped up here to put a crooked number up. So 1 out double for Hall. That's going to bring number 9 hitter McCall up. But yeah, Ion Outdoors, very happy to have them on board as a sponsor. They are sponsoring a couple individual games for us this year, but for them to step up and be our sponsor for the Power Rankings, that's huge. They sponsor the time that Hunter and I take into each week to go back, comb through all the scores, call these high school coaches and confirm their opinions, and try to put the most accurate perception of our best teams in both the mountains and the foothills together. Hunter was saying it today, I'm more of like the AP guy early on. I give a little bit more weight to the overall reputation of the program. I'm not ready to necessarily jump on throwing teams in the rankings until I see him prove it. Hunter, he's a little bit more of a fan of the underdog. A win's a win.
Hey, if you're 4-0 right now, you should be up there.
And I dig it. So Ion Outdoors, much appreciated. Now, here's the other thing with Ion, and again, I think they're going to keep this running throughout the year, but if you mention this broadcast to Ion Outdoors, they said they're willing to give you $500 off your next project with them. And again, they do pools and all sorts of outdoor rec areas, and just get on their website, take a look. So again, if that spring, summer heat's coming and you've been putting off getting a pool or some sort of outdoor, golly, I don't even know what you call it because I'm not fancy enough. Yeah, patios, you got to get with them and see about getting your $500 discount and get a nice refreshing pool.
You can get you a pool coach out at the
right.
At the
we
farm.
Do have a pool. You ain't seen my above ground
pool
that Jesse bought for $50. No,
I ain't seen that one yet. It's
say
too cold for that.
My son who's 10, he saved up his money a while ago, and we ran into a family that was just trying to get out of Dodge and move, and had a decent little outdoor pool above ground setup, and sold it to Jesse for $50. It probably was worth a few hundred, but yeah, we ain't living the patio life. We got too much baseball going on to be sitting by the poolside. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup again. I'm telling you, Case has got a great changeup. That brings the top up. It's going to bring Hartley. Hartley's 0 for 0 with 2 base on balls. So Case now lefty on lefty, but I told y'all he might be more effective against the righties with that changeup. So we'll see if he can hang in there and get the third out. I have to count the lefties on the way through the lineup this time. So Hartley doing a great job in the leadoff spot today, seeing a lot of pitches, getting on base, taking his walks, scoring the runs. He's 0 for 0 with a run scored, 2 base on balls. Another lefty in the on-deck circle and Jenwright. Nice block by Aycock, no advancement by the runner. Again, Coach Raby. That was the other post-Legion coach, Coach Raby. So it's Coach Raby, Coach Decker, and Coach Decker, post-70. And they're going to be strong, man. They're going to be a really good team. The Hendersonville Honeycrisp this year, that's the collegiate team, summer collegiate team.
Old North State.
Well, it's going to be coached by one of the Western assistants. So a few of the kids that were planning on playing for them, it's illegal NCAA rules to play for your college coaches in the summer. Mm-hmm. So Legion is the beneficiary. We're getting a couple Catamount commits for post 70. All 4. So get freaking Hartley. This guy, I'll tell you what, where is he going to school? Is he going to Cleveland? Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Grigg is getting an on-base machine. So 0 for 0 with 3 walks. Love it. Not flashy, but doing what a leadoff hitter's supposed to do. First and second here with 2 outs.
We need to get a
Jenwright, another lefty.
Need to.
Ooh, swing. First step was in, and that is going to burn him. 1 is in. 2 are in, and that is a 2 RBI double by Jenwright, Bryson Jenwright. I knew it right when he hit it. Richards out there took his first step in. We've seen that a few times this year. We saw it in the scrimmage versus Polk and Hendo. I think Gunner on first step in. So it even happens to the best sometimes. That is the hardest ball to read sometimes as an outfielder, is the hard line drive pretty much right at you. Well, chance to put a crooked number up here if they can get a two out base hit here. 2 on the board already. It's 4-1. Ball up. 2 doubles in the inning. 1 for Hall, 1 for Jenwright. Hall in to score the 3rd run, and Hartley behind him to score the 4th. Gotta like the speed by Hartley there to score from first. Smith the catcher. Smith threw out the runner to end the 4th at second base. That was the pinch runner for Case. I never did get a name. Nice pitch on the outside by Case there. Again, Case not pitching horribly. His defense let him down a little bit early. You can see the 3 errors. Actually, no, 1 error? Oh, we had 3 errors. Oh, went back and said no? All right. Heck, we might have to go back and redo ours. So that's strike 3 in the dirt. Aycock picks it up, throws it down. That'll end the inning. But the damage is done. 4-1. 2 runs in here in the 4th on the doubles by Hall, the walk of Hartley, and then the double by Jenwright. Let's talk about our Patreon. Haven't had a lot of luck getting membership yet. I'm not sure if Patreon is popular anymore or not, but we're trying to crowdfund, because the more money that we can gain through this type of revenue, the more we can do in the summer and the fall to try to keep costs down for our prospects when we do our prospect filmings and put together certain showcases. We're trying to do a lot of outside-the-box thinking here at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. We started our Western North Carolina College Tour Series last year. We're in year 2 of that. That's where we try to gather a bunch of prospects in the area and take them to different levels of college baseball, no cost, except for admission. Obviously, the broadcast, I feel, is a very revolutionary idea. I'm hoping it catches on across the country as small communities starting to pay attention to the high school baseball in the area. Of course, Legion coverage, the weekly media content that you're seeing with the power rankings, the player of the week. We're trying to get our highlight films released maybe bi-weekly. Again, we're going to keep getting out content as much as we can. But if you hop on www.patreon.com/BB University WNC, you'll have different memberships to choose from. And again, a little bit goes a long way if the whole community gets behind it. And then make sure you're following us on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube. Again, if you're listening to this right now and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe. And go to our website, baseballu.org. You can learn a little bit more about myself, about Hunter, about what we do, the history, who we've been taking care of through the last 4 or 5 years when it comes to college commitments. But again, follow us on all the social media that we've stated prior.
Well, we head to the 5th here, brought to you by Nova Pitching Performance. Nova Pitching Performance, directed by Coach Anthony Payne. Worked with several Western North Carolina pitchers, so we'll detail them and the Nova Pitching Performance gritty pitch of the game here in the middle of the 5th, coming up soon. Big thank you to Coach Payne over at Nova Pitching Performance for being our 5th inning sponsor. Foul tip there, strike 1. Yeah, Cook, we need to get one of those buttons where it's but does he get on base? And Billy Bean snaps to what's his name?
There's a swing to right field, and my guess is Hartley is going to pull it in again. He does. I think it's his 4th putout in this game. So nice job of the right fielder. It's nice when you got reliable defense behind you. You can just fill it up, and know that they're going to give you a good chance to win the ball game. Austin Whitmore struck out his first time up. Part of that second inning where Waters struck out the side. That might be our gritty pitch of the game so far.
Yeah.
Swing and a foul.
Peter Brand, that's who it is. That's the alias of the athletics GM and the not the GMs or whatever.
I just didn't want the ball out. I forget we got a screen there.
So Waters, good pace to the game. That was one of our Meineke Fleet keys of the game, was on a cold night. Keep pace. Don't slow it down. Limit mistakes. Don't let your infielder and outfielder's toes get cold. Keep them hopping, keep them bouncing. And Waters gets the ball, gets a sign, and he usually goes right into the delivery. So good job by him. Good job by him and Smith, I guess, the battery, keeping this game at a good pace. There's a strikeout. So 2 strikeouts for Whitmore this evening. I'll bring number 9 hitter Landon Morrow to the plate, also a sophomore, left-handed swinger. One of 3 lefties in the lineup for Coach Smith.
The Jets left fielder number 8, Landon Morrow.
Strike one. Good frame job by Smith there.
All right.
Say number 9 hitter, nobody on. Swing and a miss. So Waters dealing right here. I know he wants the 1-2-3 in, and we'll see what the 0-2 offering is. I have a feeling he's just going to go to his best heat and say, hey, hit it. Yep, just outside. So pretty impressed here with South Caldwell. I say he just goes to the heat again. You're up 4-1, nobody on. Show it to him, see if he can hit it. Fouls it in out of the mitt. 1-2 count, 2 outs, 4-1. 5 hits for South Caldwell, 3 for Enka. I have to go back and look through my notes here. We had a scorekeeper come up and take our 3 errors for Enka down to 1. There's a strikeout in the dirt. Smith will throw it down, and that is out number 3.
Awesome.
So Waters dealing here. That is 4, 5, 6 Ks, 7 Ks for Waters through 5.
Good. Let's talk about Nova pitching performance. Youth, high school, and college pitchers. Are you trying to take your play to the next step in your player development? Nova pitching performance is directed by Anthony Payne. Coach Payne has worked with several Western North Carolina pitchers in the last few seasons and helped them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. If you're looking to make strides in your pitching performance, get with Coach Payne at Nova Pitching Performance ASAP. He offers in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. Nova Pitching Performance, new school data, old school grit. Well, that leads us to the Nova Pitching Performance gritty pitch of the game, Ryan.
I mean, it's just Waters. He struck out the side, and I'd say it's probably striking out Whitmore to get the strike out of the side in a second, because that's what set the momentum. South Caldwell took the lead after that, and they haven't looked back yet. He's got 7 Ks on the evening. We'll see if Coach sends him back out in the 6th. I'm not sure what pitch counts are or whatnot, but he's been efficient. And again, hats off to Case as well. I feel like Case is throwing well. He's struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 himself. So, I mean, he's just run into having to deal with a couple extra outs. And, again, the 2 big hits in the 4th kind of broke it open a little bit between Jenwright and Hall. And, again, the pesky Hartley at the top of the lineup. He's been a thorn in Case's side. He's walked all 3 times. So pretty impressed with South Caldwell here. Very clean game in the field for him as well. Leading off is going to be Chase Johnson, the Erskine commit here, lefty-lefty. So just missed outside. Oh, the Flying Fleet? Oh, yeah. They got a mascot with like the pilot goggles on it. Yep.
Oh,
Chase Johnson showing why he's a D2 commit with a base hit through the hole there versus the lefty. Lefty on lefty single. Luke Williams now, the shortstop. Luke is 0 for 2. Reached on the pop-up the E4 in the first and then stole second. That's where he remained after Bly struck out the end of the first. Pop up here, off to the side. It's going to get out of play. I'll be honest, I thought South Caldwell would be running a little bit more just after this. Well, that's true. Garrett Case does hold runners pretty well. Case is also one of those odd pitchers where he'll kind of decide halfway through the delivery if he wants to throw her the first with the high leg kick when he does. Erskine is in Due West, South Carolina. Ooh, inside. Are they? Is it Conference Carolinas? Is that the conference they're in? Okay.
They were playing us.
Yep, because the three big ones out here are the SAC, the Conference Carolinas, and I guess, is the Peach Belt still together? Weren't they going to break that up or something? I'm not sure. Shame on me. Yep. There's been a little bit of realignment the last couple of years.
You think there's been realignment? There's been a lot of it.
I was thinking more beyond the D1, but yeah.
Oh,
Swing
no, everyone.
looked like it was on the hands, but it gets out there, and it's going to get to the warning track on 2 bounces. That's going to be another double. They're going to send them. Throw comes home. Man, a good job by Williams, just never stopping. So I think I'm going to go ahead and mark him for a triple because he just never stopped. You think? Triple or you double him?
High school triple.
I'm going to say high school triple because he just never stopped. By the time the throw left his hand, he was 2/3 through the dirt.
It's definitely a major league double and advance on the throw.
Yes.
What's that, 144 triple? Put that down in the highlights.
Yep. So Johnson scores from first base. Williams. Yep. So Luke Williams now 1 for 3 with an RBI triple. That brings Carter Bly lined out the shortstop to end the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 2 right now.
We might have 2 games of storage. Hopefully these iPhones hold.
Yep. There's going to be a lot of film to go through when we start trying to do these highlight films. I will say this. There's 2 levels of like what we're going to be doing with the clips of these games, guys. I mean, I'm always going to go through and cut up and just post the highlights for the individual kids. But we're going to try to go back through every 2 or 3 weeks and cut up all the best of the best and maybe reach out to some of the players too, just for the games that we didn't see and see if they can send in some highlights and try to make some This Week in Mountain Baseball highlight tapes. There's a swing by Bly. That's going to get down. That's an RBI single for the senior.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you'll see Wyatt McSwain's a couple of his home runs. Our player of the week for week 1.
Poppy's Popcorn. Yeah, Wyatt had a heck of a game or a heck of a week last week. 3 home runs,
5 for 10 at the plate, 9 RBIs.
We ended up closing it down in relief to get 2 saves as well. So I mean, it was hard not to give it to him. There were a lot of great nominations by the high school coaches, and I was real appreciative. We had probably about 15 coaches send in nominations. And we're going to do that again on Saturday. Hit up all the coaches in Western North Carolina and just tell us about who had the best week for you. And Poppy's Popcorn, there's a pop-up that's going to be caught by Randall. No advancement. So on the bunt, Caldwell pops up to the 3rd baseman. So 1 out. Still the runner at first base.
Next up for the Spartans, the designated hitter, number 4.
But we're going to send out Wyatt. Actually, we're going to see Wyatt next week, so I'll just bring it to him. We're going to print him out a certificate, Poppy's Popcorn, and bring him a delicious bag of Poppy's Popcorn as well. And then as part of the power rankings, I want to get back to that for a second. Ion Outdoors, what we're going to do at the end of the year, whoever was the top-ranked mountain team and the top-ranked foothill team, both those head coaches, we're going to send them a certificate from us with Ion Sports sponsorship recognized on there, just to congratulate them on their seasons. So those final power rankings will be released after playoffs. So got a long wait until that. But each week we'll be selecting a Poppy's Popcorn Player of the Week. During this break here, it looks like we're going to have a relief pitcher come in. Is that Mason Anderson? Mason, a solid sidearm slinger. Let's mention CamWood Bats. Again, at the end of the game, we're going to have a CamWood Bats player of the game. CamWood has been making these trophy bats for us for 2 years now. Again, if you don't know much about CamWood, they're located in Haywood County, Western North Carolina, but they serve baseball and softball players all across the nation. So it's part of the partnership. If you order anything off of www.camwoodbats.com and you use the coupon code BBUWNC, you'll receive a 10% discount on all your purchases through the website. So again, big fan of CamWood and their support. Well, can't quite close the line on Case yet, as he's responsible for the runner at first base. But Case goes 4 1/3. Let's see here. All right, so let's see. The run in the first was unearned. The run in the second was unearned. Both runs in the fourth were earned, and these 2 runs were earned. So we're going to go 6 runs, 4 earned on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
What the heck?
4 walks, 6 Ks. So
I mean, I'll play it again.
not the best line, but you can see the stuff there for Case for sure. And he's going to be a good JUCO arm to track up there at camp next year. Again, I love that changeup. Just got to continue to clean it up a little bit and hopefully play a little stronger behind him next time. So Mason Anderson on now. Again, the runner at first base still belongs to Case. Anderson, I think Anderson's a versatile prospect. I want him pitching in college. I think he can do it. I like the sidearm sling. Strong hitter, not the quickest guy, but, he can play some left field, first base. Good bat, strong. So, again, Mason Anderson, 2025, still uncommitted. So, 1 out on the bunt pop-up to the third baseman, Randall. Nate Hall doubled his last time. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a double, run scored. Anderson delivers from that sidearm slot. Ball's behind 2-0. 8 hits. So 6 runs on 8 hits for South Caldwell. Pick throw by Acock off the bag. Case now over at first base. Him and Anderson switch places. Any more game updates there on Max Trout?
Well, let's go give it a look or see. Wish I could just customize it.
Just outside. Thought he was on the corner there, but that's ball 4. So Hall heads down with his second walk. Good game for Hall. 2 walks and a double. Hasn't been retired yet.
Next up for the Spartans, a center fielder number 2, Corey McCall.
McCall, tough night in the 9-hole. Grounded into a double play his first time. Struck out in the 4th.
Let us run out. Okay, well, let us run out.
So 2 runners on here, 1 out.
You got a golf cart out of that.
Gaston Christian defeating Cannon 11-6.
Oh, that's a good win. So Gaston Christian is one of those teams that there's a pop-up. Is that going to land? Foul. Just foul by about 2 feet. Gaston Christian is one of those teams I wanted to consider for the Foothills top 10, but they hadn't played a game yet. And it was just some of those private teams are tough to get a read on. Out in the old 1A, Hiawassee Dam in the Smoky Mountain Conference, they're getting beat 20-0 by Towns County.
Towns County, Georgia school.
Yep. It's one of those things. We support the heck out of the Smoky Mountain Conference, but their little league, their youth baseball, some of those programs are going to have to build up a little bit. Hayesville is probably the cream of the crop out there. We had our first college commit that we've worked with, and Michael Mauney, the shortstop at Hayesville, very solid ball player, has some good offers. He's going to go to Berea College in Kentucky. There's a couple more that we're working with, too. Oh, that's going to be a line drive base hit to right field. Everybody moves up a spot, so ducks on the pond now. Bases loaded.
South
So-
Iredale up on North Surrey, 8-3 in the fourth inning. I know, not really borderline, but always keeping an eye on Iredale.
I was going to say,
Surrey County.
Iredale is a weird county. Was it golly, what's the name of that conference down there? The
What's
3A.
that conference? That conference is, you have it, Iredale, Wilkes, Allegheny.
Hey, now go up real quick. Oh, what are we missing here? Pass ball. Everybody moves up one. So, wild pitch or pass ball?
I'll say hit the dirt.
Hit the dirt, so we'll say wild pitch. That's going to bring Bly in. So Bly moves up one. Hall moves up to third. McCall to second. Everybody's yelling. We're going to say a couple of those Iredale counties are in is it the Western High? Not the Western Highlands. The South Iredale is in that conference with some of the Mecklenburg schools, so we're not covering that conference, but we're keeping an eye on Iredale. That was a hard line drive. Big old bounce. That's up over Stewart's head. We'll probably have to mark that as a single. 2 runs in. So that's Hartley with the 2 RBI single.
That should be
It scores Hall, and it scores McCall.
Next up for the Spartans, the left fielder, number 7, Bryson Ginron.
And we got a crooked number here in the 5th. 5 in the 5th. So one of those runs goes to Case. So 7 runs, 5 earned for Case. Anderson responsible for the rest of them here.
Yeah, South Iredale in the Greater Metro 4A Conference.
Yep.
So a lot of those Mooresville big
Swing
teams.
and a ground ball. Case picks up, throws to second for 1, and that's all they're going to get. So fielder's choice, 3-6. Jen Wright on first with the fielder's choice. And with Smith coming to the plate, South Caldwell's batted around.
Wow, that's interesting that the South Iredale's in
Next up for the
with
Spartans, the catcher,
teams
number
like
15,
Cox Mill
Smith.
and Hickory Ridge.
That's a tough conference right
That's a
there. I
very
remember
tough
North
conference.
Henderson. We played Cox Mill in the playoffs a couple years ago. But North Iredale and West Iredale are part of that one conference, and Statesville too. Oh, Aycock blocks it, throws down the second. He's going to get him. Caught stealing. So hopefully that gets Enka motivated here to. All right, so Smith will be up to start the 5th, so I guess technically they didn't bat around. So interesting how that worked out.
Yeah, I guess we'll go to the top of the 6th here. 6th
Yep.
inning brought to you by House of Power. We know Sheldon Reed very well, former Clemson Tiger, former Spartanburg Methodist. I don't know what their mascot is.
Oh, God, yeah.
Spartanburg Methodist
Pioneers?
baseball player.
Pioneers?
Maybe. And he was, what organization he played professional ball? The Cubs?
Cubs
I think.
and I can't remember. It might have been the Twins.
But all his information is on your screen. Give him a call. We'll detail them in full at the middle of the 6th inning. Big thank you to Sheldon Reed for sponsoring the 6th inning. Trying to look through some scores here as we have.
Please consider donating and thank you for your support.
Let's see,
All right,
Ryan.
same pitcher in there. Graham Waters out for the 6th. Graham having a great game, making a good case for CamWood Bats player of the game. So
Here's
we'll
one
see.
you'll like. St. Stephen's 19, Ford 2.
Oh, yeah. Who they playing tonight?
Ford.
Ford's down this year. They had a strong season last year, but it must have been senior heavy. St. Stephen's, I think they're going to remain undefeated.
I think St. Stephen's might move up a spot,
Yep.
maybe.
They say they weren't very high in that coaches poll. God, what is the Western Foothills? Is that the name of that conference? What is that conference? Go back to that
The
database.
St. Stephen's Conference?
Yeah.
They are in the Western Foothills.
Western
yes.
Foothills. So that's the conference that has a couple of the Iredale teams that we're going to cover. And again, like even though South Iredale, Mooresville, Lake Norman, like they're not in the 10 conferences that we selected that follow, we're going to keep an eye on them because we're going to head down to South Iredale to watch them play Bandies in a few weeks. I want to get a good look at Bandies. And again, just trying to push out the boundary a little bit, try to keep an eye on all the good baseball around this area. not shy of Charlotte, but it's just they're their own monster. You know what I mean? Mecklenburg County and all. It's going to bring Crook up to the plate here, top of the 6th. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. So 9-1 here as the 5th inning. That crooked number, 5 in the 5th for South Caldwell. Let's put this game a bit out of reach
I missed
at
the
the
pass
moment.
ball. That's
but
all me, guys. Missing the pass ball run in.
Waters just been dealing tonight. Throwing a lot of strikes, filling it up. After the leadoff walk to Crook, Waters is not allowed a free pass. So the only free pass of the evening was the leadoff hitter, Crook here. And since then, Waters has just been moving quick and dealing. Very impressed with the Pfeiffer commit.
Tried to bend the corner there, couldn't. Evens the count, 2-2. And again, apologize if there's ever any incorrect aspects on your score bug in the bottom left corner. It is difficult to keep track of the score bug and ad reads and the game and everything else. But there's strike 3.
Well, that's why, Hunter, we were talking, and we could probably put this out there for anyone listening. We are currently looking for some interns. We would like to find 2. One that's interested in video production, video editing. Help us out with some of our highlight tapes, some of our pregame production stuff. And then someone who's just interested in production in general. Maybe someone that wants to be like a director for a TV show, a director for movies, Hollywood, whatever it may be, but just someone that likes to move behind the scenes, help with the just the overall operation, in the background. So preferably looking for college kids that are looking for credit. I'm going to say unpaid at the moment, but we'll do what we can to help.
Oh, bloops in.
Nice try by Williams. He went Superman there and just out of his reach. So we're going to call that a single for Stewart. That's actually his 2nd single in the game. Stewart, 2 for 3, reached on error in the 1st as well. Scored a run.
But yeah, if y'all have any, sons, daughters, children in colleges at Western North Carolina schools like Western, UNCA, even the smaller ones, Warren Wilson, anything around Blue Ridge Community College, AB Tech, Caldwell, Cleveland, Catawba Valley, just anywhere who needs some credit or wants to get into production.
Swing on the drive.
That ball
is deep, and gone. So this game ain't over yet. And there's that name we told you about, Ty Aycock. He can play some baseball. But I will say, everyone's got to be careful when you look at that scoreboard. Don't be too cocky yet. So 2 RBI home run for Ty Aycock. Now 9-3, so still a 6-run deficit. So hopefully that swings the momentum. But Enka's got to get back in there and get to work.
Next up, the Jets, number 21, Mason.
Timestamp?
2:00:29. That was fun. However, I got distracted by watching the ball carry over the fence. I didn't switch to the wide-angle camera.
That was a
Gotta
big
be quicker
swing by
than that.
Aycock. Like I said, I kicked and played some ball.
When you see a bomb at this level, you have to admire it, especially coming from a guy who never hit one in high school.
It's all good. You don't have to be a good ball player.
But yeah, that'll definitely be in the first couple of weeks highlight reel.
Mm-hmm.
We'll mark that one down for sure.
So Waters been cruising up to this point. Swing and a ground ball in the hole. Williams, bounces up off the heel of his glove into left field, so it's going to be an E6. So with 1 out here in the 6th inning, after the 2-run homer, Anderson reaches on the air. Still life here for Enka. Deegan Randall up now, 0 for 2. Flew out to right, grounded out to short.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to cut that one.
23, Deegan Randall.
Where are we at here?
Be an interesting decision for CamWood Bats player of the game if this score holds true. You got to like what Waters has done up until that big blow there. Good game. I like what Hartley's doing. It's been quiet, but 3 walks and a 2-run single. 2 runs scored. Jen Wright's had a good game, 2 for 4 with 2 ribs and a double. Paul, towards the bottom of the lineup there, is 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and a double. 2 walks. So a few cats here making a call for the CamWood Bats player of the game. We'll see what happens here. Still a lot of ball game left here. These last inning and a half. Slow roller here. Is it going to stay fair? It is. Catcher picks it up, and man, I'll tell you what, he's out. But man, you got to get down that line there. I'm say that was about 6 seconds on the first. So what was that, 2 to 3? So nice job by Smith coming out from behind the plate to make that happen. Anderson moves up to second. Man, when I was sitting there looking at the ball, I'm like, oh man, infield single. I looked up, and he's only about halfway down the line. I'm like, oh boy. Swing and a miss at the big hook there by Waters. Yeah, always run everything out. You never know. Especially, I mean, Coach was saying before the game, y'all had a lot of rain on Wednesday. Field still might be a little awkward. You can see some spots down the left side. Swing and a grounder, foul. Smith out to talk with his pitcher real quick.
Case up. Might as well throw up the away team sponsor real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about Gary L. Case Trucking. Really appreciate them stepping up today. Simply put, he said, we haul gravel and dirt. So look, if you need anything hauled in a dump truck, you get with Gary L. Case. You can hit him up at GaryLCase@yahoo.com or at 828-712-1232. Garrett Case sends one out to right field, just in front of the warning track. There he is again.
Well, we head to
Our right fielder Hartley pulling in every single fly ball hit to him this evening.
Head to the bottom of the sixth inning, brought to you by House of Power. Are you looking to take your game to the next level? House of Power is a baseball and softball facility located in Mills River, North Carolina. If you are a baseball or softball player in the West North Carolina area who wants to improve their skills and train like the best, check them out. House of Power was founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed. They offer one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching, strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power, facility memberships so you can train on your own schedule, and cage rentals for individuals and teams. Conveniently located in Mills River, North Carolina, check them out online at hophendersonville.com to learn more. That is hophendersonville.com. And as a part of our partnership with House of Power, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for 25% off on your first lesson. Well, we're in the middle of the sixth, Ryan. What do you got for the...
How you doing? You want to come up?
Ryan talking to someone out the press box window here, so I think I'll just take the lead on the House of Power big swing of the game right now. I mean, I'd have to give it to Ty Aycock. The only home run hit just now on that on top of the sixth. Really cool to see. A home run, get over. I've never seen Ryan do this. Well, what do you think for House of Power big swing of the game here, Ryan?
Well, I mean, again, it's not like the game-winning hit or anything we're looking for. We're looking truly for just the power swing of the day.
Ty,
Ty,
he agrees.
100%. I mean, that's the big swing of the day. You got to give it to the kid. Now, granted, only brought him back within 6, so they got a lot more work to do, but it's definitely the big swing of the game.
Well, you want to talk about Sheldon over House Power?
Oh, yeah. I mean, good young guy. I like what he's bringing to Henderson County. We needed something like that up there. Not just the hitting and the pitching, but the speed and the strength. That's the emphasis that I think a lot of our young kids are missing right now. So Sheldon Reed, House of Power. Again, I don't know if you told them about the coupon code.
I did.
BBU WNC gets you 25% off with your first lesson with them. So Get over there. Right down off of Haywood Road, I believe. All right, where are we at in the lineup here? Let's get caught up. Smith. Yeah, we thought we batted around until I think it was Jen Wright that got caught stealing there. So Smith stays at the plate. 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. He's having a good day behind the plate. He's throwing a couple guys out. I mean, anytime a pitcher is working hard and working quick, you got to give credit to the battery mate. So good job by Smith this evening. It's J.P. Smith, right? I know he's another name we had on our list to keep an eye on. All right, we got another new arm in here too, don't we? All right, so Levi Richards in the pitch, and Levi hits Smith to begin the inning. Bring Chase Johnson up, but again,
Next up with the Spartans, the third baseman, number 11, Chase Johnson.
Levi, very versatile ball player, can probably play 7 or 8 positions for you. He comes in here down 9-3. It's chilly, but he's got to throw strikes and keep his team in the game here because they got 1 AB left. I'll tell you, if they score, Spartans score 4, that'll be 10 run. All right, so I mean, this it is an important inning. He's got to keep the base runners off and try to be efficient here to give Enka a chance here in the 7th. Ball's behind 2-0 here. And earlier I was talking to one of my coaching buddies who's down here. I won't say who it is. He's a fellow high school coach. He's probably getting an eye on some of these players. But again, my radar gun, he said whoever's coming in next out of the bullpen can throw some heat. So we'll see who that is. Aycock out to talk to Richards real quick, just saying, hey, buddy, I know it's a tough game, but get in that zone here. Don't be afraid of these big boys. Let's try to play behind you. Chase Johnson's 1 for 3, had a single and a run scored.
Four-pitch walk.
Say velo's been about 73 or so. Everybody's velo tonight's been pretty much mid to high 70s. Cold night. That's how it is here early in the season sometimes. These kids will usually get on Twitter later and be like, I actually throw 80, 84. But, we'll see. Inside. So Richards having a little bit of trouble finding the zone here early. Had the hit by pitch. And then, was it ball 4 to Johnson, right?
Yep. 4-0. Yeah, we're at ball 6 count. There's a ball.
Oh, boy.
Get out of here.
Off the wall. Off the base of the wall. It's going to be a hard, long double by Luke Williams. Nobody. Oh, wait, no. Scored one. Scored Smith.
Next up with the Spartans, the first baseman, number 10, Carter Bly.
So RBI double by Williams. That brings the senior Carter Bly up. So the triple and the double in the last 2 ABs here for Williams.
And a cycle. Let's talk about our travel sponsor, Ryan.
Travel sponsor is Wright's Fireplaces. Again, we just got ourselves a wood stove at my house, so I got to recommend it, save you a little bit on your Duke Energy bill. But Wright's located at 2614 Hendersonville Road in Arden. They got everything you need for a comfortable, more relaxing property. If you're longing for a more efficient, more convenient fireplace, you got to get with Wright's. Wishing you had an outdoor living space that would enhance every get-together? Well, stop wishing and get just what you want at their showroom right there in Arden. Their phone number is 828-687-9002, and you can also find them at wrightsfireplaces.com. And then our home team sponsor, Weichert Realtors, Team Metro. That's Sean Yamber as well. So if you are looking to buy or sell a residential home, a commercial property, or land, give Sean Yamber a call at Weichert Realtors. Team Metro Services, let's see here, they have all the surrounding counties of the Catawba Valley. As an accredited buyer's representative, a relocation specialist, and a short sale foreclosure resource, he helps his clients through all kinds of transactions. In 2024, Sean was a multi-million-dollar producing agent that brokered many deals with his clients. Sean works with lenders that can help his clients qualify for that dream home and make the real estate deal easy. So stay local, buy local, invest local. Sean Yamber is your trusted local real estate expert. So again, that's Sean Yamber, Weichert Realtors Team Metro. You can give him a call at 828-851-0145 or look him up at www.seanyamberhomes.com. We appreciate all our sponsors, man. This don't happen unless we got these great sponsors. So our inning sponsors, our home, away, our travel sponsors, Ion Outdoors with the power rankings, Poppy's Popcorn with the player of the week. All these businesses, we appreciate your help. It makes these broadcasts possible. Swing and a miss.
Yep.
Looks like Tanner Stewart in the pitch. Yep, that's Tanner. Outside, so 2-1 count here. The base is loaded. Oh, excuse me, not bases loaded. We got first base open after the double. My apologies. So 3-1 count. He does have the base open. Stewart from the windup. Outside corner, ball 4 though. Thought he might have had it. So that'll load the bases here for Caldwell. So Chase Caldwell.
Picks up the Spartans, second baseman, number 6, Chase Caldwell.
Chase 0 for 3 had a run scored as he reached on an error in the second inning. Chance to put this game away for good. If he can clear these bases, that would be the 10-run rule, and that would not be good for our 7th inning sponsor, but we'll give him a shout-out either way. A lot of talented ball players here in this game. Big fan of Hartley tonight. You know, he's really been a guy that I just like the way he plays. He has 5 putouts in right field. Got some big swings by Jenwright. Some big swings by Williams. Yeah, tough decision here for player of the game. I think Waters had a good run too.
Yeah, but Williams got the double and the triple tonight.
I know. He's also made a couple errors. Not trying to dog him, but, you know, it's going to be a tough decision here when all's said and done. Heck, you never know. Enka might make the comeback, and we might have an Enka Jet win that CamWood Bats player of the game. Any college coaches watching tonight, though, you need to get with me and break down some of these South Caldwell players because there's definitely some talent on this team. I'll try to get with Coach Parham next week and see what these kids want. You know, a lot of it comes down to what they want to study. What's your budget? How far from home you looking to go? It ain't as easy as just getting picked up, you know. I wish it was. But the least in-demand prospect right now is the high school prospect. With the transfer portal and junior college baseball, if you're going to be a high-level D1 or D2 prospect out of high school, then you need to be doing what the junior transfers are doing. You need to be physical. You need to be in the weight room. You need to take your training seriously. And if you don't want to, that's fine. Play your high school baseball and move on. But if you want to do this at the next level, you got to start living like a college baseball player now.
Mm-hmm.
Had a D2 coach tell me the other day, said D2 is your D1 now, so keep that in perspective. Swing, and there's a drive. Track down in center field. I think that's DeVore out there. It's going to be a sac fly. So sac fly, RBI.
Holds the runner at second there, though. That's
Caldwell,
good.
yep. So Johnson in the score. And everybody else stays at home. Only one out. So 11-3 here with one out.
Picks up the Spartans, a designated hitter, number 4.
Know who else went to school here? Know who else went to school here? Former Super Bowl champ Landon Dickerson attended school here.
Oh, yeah. What was the country music singer you're going crazy about?
Oh, yeah, I've been listening to
Oh, there's another one? Was it Eric Church you said?
Yeah, I've been listening to Eric all day just for coming up here.
Fanboy.
Yeah, I love me some Eric Church. What can I say? Good old Mountain Boy supporting Western North Carolina during the Helene stuff a lot when they had that concert down in Charlotte.
You got to appreciate that.
He's got a EP. One of his first ones was dubbed Caldwell County, and it was a seal. So it's always good to pay homage to where he came from. It's really cool to see this.
Absolutely.
Home of a lot of famous alumni. Madison Bumgardner, we mentioned him earlier, and then probably more famous than any of those guys. Jeff Farm, head coach.
Yep. Right.
400. What is it? 483 going for 484.
Oh, hits him. That's going to load the bases. So Nate Hall had an interesting game. 2 walks, hit by pitch, and a double. He scored 2 runs. Everybody moves up a
former ECU football coach Donnie Kirkpatrick went here as well. So a lot of people from Hudson, North Carolina, up here, Caldwell County. Couldn't find a list for Enka, sadly. Their Wikipedia page wasn't up to date.
No, I'm sure they've had some famous folks.
They've had to. I mean,
Owen Michelson, he's at UNCA. He's a freshman, or no, he might be a sophomore this year.
Well, the town of Enka, founded around the American Inca Company. Got the clock tower. My dad plays baseball up there.
Bob beautiful Lewis. Field. Love their field.
I love playing at Enka when I was in high school.
What's the call here?
Anyone in chat tonight? I don't think so. Yeah, chat's been quiet compared to last night.
Pinch hitter coming in. Is that what we're doing?
Number 12, Luke Church.
Any relation to Eric Church? Nope. Okay. Nope. So Luke Church, the pinch hitter here. He's going to pinch hit for McCall. McCall's night was 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored.
Sadly, he ain't got Eric as his walk-up song.
No, missed a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But if he hits a single here, this game's probably over. So we'll see. Umpire definitely staying true to his zone here. You're not giving him any extra inch. Yeah, it was a ball. So we got 1-1.
1-1.
Grounds. Oh, hits it in the South Caldwell dugout. Hopefully everybody's okay in there. Looks like it.
Yeah, looking at Enka's resume right now, 2 losses, 2 Pisgah. But Pisgah's top of the top right now. Like,
I know Enka will be there. You watch. Enka will be there. Coach Smith got himself a good team. He's going to keep learning.
Playing a very tough
learn about
schedule.
His guys.
But good for them. Good for them to go out and play a very tough schedule here.
Spartans, the right fielder, number 1, Walker Hartley.
I don't know, man. I'm leaning towards Hartley for player of the game just because, I know it ain't flashy, but 3 walks as a leadoff hitter.
Oh, I love it.
Had the big 2 RBI single in the 5th that really started to bust the door in. And I kept saying Hartley's name all day long in right field. He just hauled in every single fly ball opportunity. So if Hartley can put a big sting on the ball here, he might be able to solidify his CamWood Bats.
It's just like in Moneyball last night. My finger pointing you. What does he do?
He gets on base.
He gets on base.
Yeah, that's a great book if you all still like to read out there. You got to read Moneyball. It kind of revolutionized. Actually, I'll tell you what book I'm getting ready to order is the new Earl Weaver biography. Earl Weaver was Moneyball before Moneyball. I'm a huge Orioles fan. Swing and a fly ball to center field. It is tracked in for out number 3.
You want to play that extra thing. And we get to go to the 7th inning. 7th inning brought to you by State Farm, Chad McMahon. Chad McMahon, State Farm is proud sponsor of Baseball University. Just like your favorite baseball team, State Farm is here to knock it out of the park with great insurance coverage from home and auto to life and health. They've got the right coverage to protect what matters to you. Give Chad McMahon, State Farm, a call. Or send him a text to 828-452-0567. You can also feel free to stop by his office in Waynesville. Working together with you, they'll make sure you have customized protection tailored to your individual needs with world-class local service. Chad McMahon, State Farm, here to help life go right.
That's all right. I kind of want to see the complete game. Actually, can you get a couple on him? I want to see where he is at the end of the game. Yeah, he's been like up to 79. He might crack 80 a few times, but if he's still about 75,
what else
78.
Can I tell y'all about?
But if he's below 75, someone should tell
South Caldwell holds on here, barring an 8-run comeback. They will improve to 5-0. Wins over Maiden, North Gaston, Hickory, and Drone last night. Interesting. This is their first home game tonight.
Yep.
Been on the road the last 4.
This is their first time in the new press box. We're glad to be here for it, especially next to this heater. So Waters is in for the complete game. I'll tell you what, he completes this game, he might be the CamWood Bats player of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Let's go ahead
again,
and
the Ty Aycock bomb was his only damage, really. You know, but man, this kid's been dealing. So we'll prep for it by mentioning CamWood again. Again, thank you, CamWood Bats, for being our sponsor for the broadcast 2 years in a row. Go to CamWoodBats.com. Trainers, tees, bats, tutorials, whatever you're looking for. If you get on their website and use the BBU WNC coupon code, you get a 10% discount on all purchases through the website. So stay tuned after the game to figure out who is the CamWood Bats player of the game. Any votes for player of the game? You like this guy? I would too, I think. It's funny because I was kind of leaning towards Hartley, but I was waiting. If he had a big swing, if he would have had a big swing there, maybe. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be tough. We might do a vote in here in the box before the press box before we go out there. I'm kind of leaning towards Hartley or Waters now if he closes this game, though. I was a pitching coach, so I'm kind of biased sometimes. 7, 8, 9 here for Waters, though. So, I mean, he's handled this part of the lineup. This part of the lineup today is 0 for 6 with 5 Ks. So probably a good idea. As long as his arm's good, probably a good idea by Parham leaving him in here because he's handled this crew. You can vote for whoever you want for player of the game. I've been impressed with this whole lineup for different reasons. Really impressed with the catcher. He's had a good pace to the game. The shortstop has hit the ball really well. Williams. Waters, of course. Johnson's had a good game. Hall's had a good game.
how are we looking on the interweb? Whoa, hello, Burns. That's the score. 15-0 over Thomas Jefferson in the second inning.
I don't even know why they played that game.
You got to get 24 of them in.
It's inconvenience even getting on the bus. I mean, I don't know. That's where we need to have a Western North Carolina collective and discuss certain programs and try to figure out what can we do to help build them up. Now, a place like Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy, I think you have to apply to the school. So I don't know how they go about building a baseball team at a school like that.
31.
Pinch hitter number 31 is Sean King. So Sean King hitting for Whitmore.
Now batting for the Enka Jets, number 31, Sean King.
Probably a wise move by Smith. Again, the bottom part of this lineup today, as of now, is 0 for 7 with 6 Ks. Bottom three hitters, 7, 8, 9 hitters are 0 for 7 with 6 Ks. That's tough, you know. I know the bottom lineup isn't expected to hit home runs. They're not expected to necessarily be your bangers, but you got to have some competitive ABs, at least make that pitcher throw a little bit, put a bunt down, whatever you can do to make it interesting. What you got, Hunter? Ooh, East Lincoln beat Stuart Kramer 2-1. That's a game right there. There's another strikeout for Waters, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Ks for Waters, making a good case for CamWood Bat player of the game.
Landon Morrow, number 8.
What else you got? It's only the third inning.
They just scored 5 more in the third.
20-0 Burns over Thomas Jefferson.
And then South Point up 13-5 on East Gaston.
East Gaston's a decent little team. They're 2A, but South Point's got a strong team year in and year out. That'll even them up at 2-2. They're pretty solid. They got that lefty Caleb Cloninger. He can throw a little bit. He's going to Cleveland next year too. Elijah Cummins can play a little bit. They got some ball players. Well, looks like Morrow, the number 9 hitter, is going to be Enka's last hope. It is 11-3. Game was really, really close up until that 5th inning, that crooked number, 5 in the 5th. Definitely glad we came. Really enjoyed Scout and South Caldwell. Big fan of this Waters pitcher. The Pfeiffer coach has got to be happy. Oh, What are you going to call there? Because it looked like he kind of went for it. Oh, they're going to give him it. Okay.
Give him the base.
Okay, HBP. Thought he might have said he swung at it. Courtesy.
Well, barring comeback, South Caldwell will improve to 5-0, traveling on next Wednesday to West Lincoln. And then Enka fought a 1-3 on the year. And on Friday, they will travel to Swain, game time 4:30.
West Lincoln predicted to do pretty good in that C-back, was it?
I think that's the C-back, yeah.
Batter swung.
Oh, did they appeal it? I mean, honestly, I think that's the right call. That wasn't strike 3, though, was it? Oh, was it? Okay, let's see what the call is here officially. I'm going to erase the HBP.
Already erased it. He had 2 strikes on him. It had to be a foul ball, though.
I thought he only had – I didn't know if he was at 2 strikes yet.
It either hit him or was it a foul ball? That's one of the two.
I don't know. What did you have? Now, did you mark that as a strike? So it looks like –
No.
Okay.
It was just up on this board.
Let's see.
I had 2 strikes.
Okay.
I had
Yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball and 2 strikes, and then the call would be strike 3, and that would be the game. Let's see.
But I think he.
Right? Is he going to say out? Yep. Okay. Yep. All right, so he strikes out the side. That's the right call from up here. That might be a little frustrating down there. But, again, I thought it swung too. That was our first reaction. So 9:01. So about a 2-hour game on the dot.
Yeah. I want to shout out one more time. State Farm Chad McMahon, his information's on your screen. Give him a shout out for the 7th inning here. Thank you for sponsoring our 7th inning as we head into the Meineke post game.
Yeah, now those Meineke Fleet keys of the game really came true today, didn't they? But again, Meineke, we want to thank you for being our sponsor of the Scout Streaming Series, the pre and post game show. With numerous locations and WNC, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced, whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, wheels, or AC. You name it, Meineke is doing car care right. So as we head into the post-game show, let's go ahead and go through the box score a little bit. On the Enka side, again, Ty Aycock with a big swing, a 2-run homer. He was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. Tanner Stewart, 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored. Garrett Case, not a bad start to the game. Collected 6 Ks, ended up giving up 5 earned on 7 runs, 5 earned, 6 Ks collected. Now on the South Caldwell side, very impressive box score. Hartley, big fan of this kid. 3 walks, had the 2-run single, 2 runs scored. Jen Wright was 2 for 4. He had the big 2 RBI double. Let's see. The catcher, Smith, again, 0 for 2 in the batting line, but a great job behind the plate. Chase Johnson, 1 for 3 with the single and 2 runs scored. Luke Williams, big triple, big double. 2 for 4 on the day, had a stolen base, 1 run scored, had the I think had 2 RBIs. Hudson Bly, did I say that right? Carter Bly, golly, made all the way through. Carter Bly was 1 for 3 at a walk and RBI single. Let's see here. Caldwell had the sac fly RBI. Nate Hall, good game. He had 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and then the double. He had 2 runs scored. But I think our CamWood Bats player of the game is going to be our pitcher. It's going to be Graham Waters. Holy cow, 11 Ks, right? Technically, one of the runs was unearned, so only gave up 2 earned runs on the night on the Aycock home run. Gave up how many hits? 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Only got 4 hits on the night. So Graham Waters, congratulations, buddy. The Pfeiffer commit is our CamWood Bats player of the game. And again, just on our way out here, CamWood Bats located in Haywood County. We thank you again for being our sponsor. We're going to go give that trophy bat here to Graham and take a picture with him in just a minute. CamWoodBats.com. You go and use that BBU WNC coupon code for a 10% discount on all purchases. Well, it's time to say farewell. And, that's this evening's rendition of the Baseball University Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. Thank you again to our sponsors, Meineke, Balloon Patch Farms, Hail Tax Solutions, American Legion Post 70, Holland Solutions and Grading, Nova Pitching Performance, House of Power, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, our travel sponsor, Wrights, our home sponsor, Reichart Realty, which is Sean Yamber, and our away sponsor, Gary L. Case Trucking. Thank you so much. And lastly, of course, CamWood Bats. So thanks again for tuning in. Catch our next broadcast tomorrow night. We're going to Brevard. We picked up that game versus Pisgah. So tune in tomorrow. Cover starts at 6 o'clock. And as always, college coaches, if you have questions, give us a holler. Again, think about joining our Patreon, patreon.com/BB University WNC. All this is possible through our sponsors and our crowdfunding. So please consider joining the Patreon. Again, if you're not subscribed to the to the YouTube channel yet, please subscribe. If you're listening right now, make sure you're following us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. And be sure to check the website, www.baseballu.org, to learn more. Thank you. It's chilly. Everybody go home and have a good night. All right.
Thanks, Kevin. Nice to meet you guys.